All right, everybody, thank you for listening. We are brought to you by Boss Bears Supplements. Hard work, consistency, and determination are difficult to sustain when your mind and body can't keep up. Fuel your body with what it needs to perform like a boss. Whether you're closing deals, pitching a new business idea, or training in the gym, Boss Bears take your hustle to the next level. Our ingredients are the highest quality with potency and serving sizes that are the gold standard in the industry. Right here we got Boss Bears apple cider vinegar gummy bears. So Boss Bears supplements take regular supplements and put them in the delicious form of a gummy. These are the apple cider vinegar gummies and they are fucking delicious. The sugar content is pretty low. You're going to get all of your daily apple cider vinegar in delicious apple gummy flavor. Check it out. Go to bossbears.com and use code Nicky to save 10%. Hey, we are also brought to you by Clout Power Supplements. Cloutpower.com, Kloutpwr. Go to cloutpower.com and check out Clout Power Supplements. Use code Nicky to save 15% at checkout. They just came out with the new pre-workout flavor, Space Candy. It is absolutely delicious. I've tried it myself. My favorite of the pre-workouts is the Mamba Extreme Pre because I'm a guy that likes stims. They also have a stim-free. They have a nootropic pre-workout called Karma that is also very good. They also have some delicious protein and just many great supplements. So go to cloutpower.com, Kloutpwr.com. Use code Nicky to save 15%. All right, man. Clout Power, baby. Let's go. Recording. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Nicky Free Podcast. We have Jason Clavo here. Is that how you say it?
What up? Yes, that's it. That's
yeah, so Jason is a bodybuilder.
I want to say that.
Well, that's kind of how I met you was I was actually working at this little bar called Thirsty Hop, and you started there. Yeah. And that's like how I met my coach and everything, because you're like, bro, you got to get a coach.
You should get down with Jordan.
Yeah, that was cool. So, like, honestly, I wouldn't have probably ever found the body shop or any of that stuff if I hadn't, you hadn't randomly just started working at the bar that I worked at.
Exactly. Hey, man, Thirsty Hop was kind of popping, though.
That was cool, actually.
Shelby was cool, you know what I'm saying? I still talk to Shelby.
Dude, Shelby was so dope. Like, one time I asked her to be on the podcast, and she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, I don't even know if she knows, but yeah. It'd be cool to have her out. Yeah, she was awesome. But yeah, I don't know if you're a bodybuilder, but you've definitely been into that scene a little bit.
Yeah, I like to lift weights for sure. That's a definite fact. I like to follow protocols. I like to have structure.
Yes, with the meal plans and everything like that, it keeps you on track. And then besides the bodybuilding thing, recently you've just gotten into this photography game. Which is pretty dope, dude, because I've been seeing your photos and shit, and yeah, man, it looks really cool. So, like, let's. Why don't you just tell me a little bit about what got you into? Was it just something you did where you bought a camera and just decided to go for it?
I mean, in layman's terms, yes, right. So, I think, even when we were working at Thirsty Shop, man, I was telling you, photography is big and photo shoots are big in the fitness industry,
right?
And being somebody in the fitness industry that wanted to grow in the industry and grow on social media, whatever, right?
It's another avenue of that to grow, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right? It gives you another. Everything, there's always leverage if you're trying to, so that gives you another thing that's more leverage. That's a skill that you have, right?
Exactly. And I remember when I wanted to get photos done, or if I wanted to get some content from my Instagram, right? And I tried to hire a photographer, everybody was charging like 150 plus. I mean, I've gotten quotes for $300 an hour, right?
Right, crazy prices.
Yeah, and recently working with FX Supplements, I met this guy named Devon. And he's dope with the camera.
Right.
Super dope with the camera, videography, photography. And I was asking him, I've been trying to do this for a while. How do you get into it? It was the only way to really, get good practice is to put your feet to the floor and fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I left FX Subs 3 months ago now. And
Right, and how was that experience working with them?
FX Subs was great, man.
Because that's a pretty dope company. We had Tony on here too.
Yeah, it was.
And he was awesome.
Yeah, shout out Tony. It was a learning experience, man. FX Subs gave me a pretty high position, and I am super thankful for it because it taught me a lot about the corporate industry and like how much I never want to go back to being in a kitchen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because the jobs are so much easier when
you're getting skills now.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, you've always been a guy that's trying to like. I know I can see that in you, man. Like, you're not gonna end up like working in a bar or kitchen. You're gonna figure this shit out. Yeah, so
I was done with that right when COVID hit. I was like, I'm never working in a kitchen ever.
Well, and that's how I met Jay. Like I said, is like he was working in the kitchen at this place, and he's like, bro, you got to get a coach, man, because I was like still lifting, but I wasn't hitting it hard or anything. And
that's when I was actually on my fucking meal plan, right?
Right. So. Yeah, you were on your shit hard at that point. I remember my bosses are like, dude, we just hired this guy that's like, just like you. He like has a meal plan and he lifts and he like. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And then you started, dude, and yeah.
Yeah, bro. It was 6 meals a day.
But so you met this dude, and he's like, the only way to do this is like anything, you have to get out there and actually do it. That's more valuable than reading about it or like.
Yeah, bro. And so like, I left FX Supplements, right? And
yes,
I was just like, I need something to fill my time. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really think that like photography would be that time consuming. I thought it was just like shoot some photos, right?
Yes.
But so I grabbed a camera, right? I spent I think it was like $1,700 on a camera.
So you got a decent camera.
Yeah, it's a Sony A7 III.
Right.
I'm trying to upgrade to the 4, but the 3 does the job, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and then I got the 24 to 70 millimeter lens. It's a G Master.
Okay.
2.8 aperture, focal length. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're getting deep into that stuff, probably, huh?
Yeah, it's a good lens. It's definitely a good lens, and like my advice for people is like, if you're gonna get into photography, don't cheap out on lenses. I don't care what anybody says. Get good lenses.
So it's like a lot of things.
They'll turn out a lot better than buying some cheap ass lens that's gonna break in.
Yeah, when you go cheap, it just there's a lot of things where you just can't go cheap on.
Yeah, but anyway, so like when I first got the camera, right, I did not know what I was doing, right. Mm-hmm. I looked up YouTube videos. I spent like the first week just like looking up YouTube videos, setting my camera the way I want to set it. And then I just got out there, bro. I like made Instagram posts and I was begging, like I was literally begging people to just like
right. I saw that,
and you know what I'm saying, and
but that's how you got to learn, right? So you're doing it for free, basically at first.
Exactly, yeah. And like to this day, you know what I'm saying, I'm still on a tip basis. Like right. I don't expect to get paid, you know what I'm saying. Just like tip me what you think I'm worth. Mm-hmm. And the big thing for me was like, I begged people in the beginning. But like now, people are like hitting me up, like, "Hey, can we set up a shoot?" Right. And like it's like
it's because you're doing good work, so it eventually.
And like from like other people's perspective, and like what people tell me, right, is like they tell me the work is good. Yeah. But then I look at the work and I'm like, man, I can make this better.
But that's good because if you're self-critical like that, man, that's why you're gonna be good. Yeah. You should. I mean, if you're looking at your work and you're already thinking like, oh, I'm the shit, like you're probably not gonna be that good. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you're so self-critical, man. Because I mean, that's how so many things are. It's like people will tell you like, man, that's amazing, and then you're like, no, because you like no. Yeah. You always know you can do better. It's like
and like usually like when I edit guys, right, it's like one button. I already have a preset for all guys. Yeah. Like it's super easy to edit guys, but like when I'm doing like a gym shoot for a girl, right, I gotta make sure their face is soft. I gotta like make sure like their body is a little bit muscular. I gotta make sure that their hair exactly right. Their hair.
So it's a little more challenging, huh? So what's the preset for dudes? Just like dim lighting and basically you just got your filter that you use and.
I will. Well, I can't give away the recipe, right? Cause
you don't want to do that. Okay, I got you.
But I will say when.
But it's a lot simpler.
A guy, you add a lot of texture, right? Because they want to be buff.
You want to see all the muscle grains and all that. And
yeah, so that's like my secret when it comes to editing guys. It's just there's a lot of texture involved, and then I just play with lighting.
Right. But so for females, it's a lot more intense, I
Oh
suppose.
yeah, oh yeah, and like so like my big thing right is females have the most followers, and like it sucks to say right, sex sells. So
Oh,
when
100%, dude.
when I edit girls' photos, I do I try my absolute best to edit them the best I can because I want the exposure from their photo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, so they're
just tag me. That's all I ask.
they
right?
want the exposure because the good photos are going to help them grow their Instagram, but in turn, it's going to help you grow yours.
Exactly, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, who took
did
this photo?"
that?
And they're gonna look, or they're gonna click the picture and see who's tagged in it.
And so that's what led to you doing like the boudoir stuff as well. Like
Oh no, so
that's a separate thing.
well, yeah, I mean, so
I mean, that shit's really classy looking, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah, so like I don't know
That's
when
pretty
it comes
cool.
to like sex, right? I feel like there's this idea in my head, and I feel like all guys have it, like of like what turns them on. You know what I'm saying? So like those are the things that I look for when I do a boudoir shoot, and it's like boudoir is way different than any other photography.
right, and you gotta
There's,
have
like,
their trust and everything too. They gotta trust that you're not like some creepy dude.
Oh.
Like, you know, like
I'll get to that. As
all that shit, dude. It's
So
like,
there's a fine line between boudoir
yeah,
and then like almost like
OnlyFans. Yeah,
OnlyFans
right.
content, right? And
Right.
like boudoir is like super tasteful. It's super like,
That's what I get out of
super
your stuff.
attractive,
It's
right?
tasteful, dude.
and
Yeah.
then like there's OnlyFans when it's like see-through lingerie and pretty much you got to blur out everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, so when I shoot boudoir, bro, I don't look at the girls. That's like the one thing I don't do. The whole time my eyes are on my camera screen.
Right.
Because I got to make sure I get the like
The
perfect
right
shot,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
And I don't really. I've reached out to like a couple girls and asked them to do boudoir shoots, but most of the times when girls come up to me, they either ask me like, "Hey, I want to do this type of shoot," and then we can choose what kind of shoot you want to do.
Right.
And then I'm usually like, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, because it's valuable for them too. Like, yeah.
And yeah. But what started me in boudoir was this girl Roxy. So Roxy was like one of the first people that like offered to let me shoot her in like a fitness aspect. She let me shoot some tees for her, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of like you know,
Open the
drove my
door.
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it taught me how to edit and like certain things, how to use backdrops, how to use lights.
And dude, all this has happened like pretty fast. It's cool.
I've only been doing photography for like a month and a half, bro.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
So after I shot Roxy the first time, she was like, "Hey, I want to rent out a studio. Let's do any type of shoot you want." And then I was like, "Okay, let's do a boudoir shoot." And
Yeah.
She was like, "Fire, let's do it." And she had like 40K followers or something. No, I swear. Actually, when we were doing the shoot, the night before she had gained like 10,000 followers or something.
Oh no shit! So she just
Yeah,
kind of
bro.
blew up. It was like
And like there was
just by
cats-
like total chance. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
and not to speak on Roxy, you know, shout out Roxy. Thank you for letting me shoot you. So Roxy,
I don't know how to respond to
sorry, Siri's fucking
Yeah.
trying to get her shit in there. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, keep going, dude.
so the day I shot Roxy, right, we went to the studio and she had told me all this news, right, and she was like, "Yo, I'm about to fly to LA to go shoot with those guys from Vine."
Okay,
You know,
so
like
some
D
Vine.
Storm and like some Instagram cats. I'll show you the video. After,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And they were super big, right? And after that,
Because she
came
just
back-
blew up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she came back with like 60K followers or something crazy like that, like 45K followers. And I was like, "Damn, dude, you're really doing it. Like that's crazy." You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That is cool. So you're like, good for you.
It's cool to watch.
But it's like
people
crazy
grow.
right before the shoot you're gonna do.
Yeah,
So it's like,
it's cool to watch people grow because it shows like how much the world is intertwined in fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's huge right now.
yeah, that's like 50,
It's so big right now,
people
dude.
in fitness that are just following.
All right.
You know.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, keep going. Siri, for some reason, is like trying to get in on some shit. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not hitting.
Right.
Okay, anyways. But yeah, it is cool. It's like fitness is just like huge on Instagram right now.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
95% of my feed. I mean, other than like other photographers or like, you know, dogs. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
all
big into
mine
shooting
is.
Dogs too. Like dogs are hella fun to shoot because they're like super innocent and like literally you can shoot a dog from any angle and it'll look dope.
Right, yeah, you definitely like dogs. I mean, dogs are dope. Like, I work at Postdoc Brewery where we let dogs in and everything, and it's pretty cool.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Because, well, it's dope, like, if you're, like, in a shitty mood and you go to work and then all of a sudden you see this, like, dog there.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe you're in one of the moods where you're like, fucking people, you just hate people. Because it's like,
so you see a dog walking.
but you're like, oh, fucking dog. You're like, I like you, though. And then all of a sudden you're like, all of a sudden you're in a good mood and it's like everything seems pretty chill, so.
Yeah, bro, like, dogs, I've always said this, right? Like, we as humans don't deserve dogs, man. They're
definitely why they're therapy animals. I can see why.
They're super innocent, bro, and they can't speak. They just listen.
Yeah, and they like need us. Yeah.
You can literally tell everything to a dog, and they're not gonna go around and say it to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. You have a dog, don't you?
I have, well, including my girl's dog.
Okay.
We have three.
3 dogs.
2 French bulldogs and a Chihuahua.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I actually like Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
I used to live with 7 Chihuahuas one time. Yeah. Yeah, I moved in.
One Chihuahua's enough. Her Chihuahua got hella attitude.
Dude, imagine that. So, like, I moved in with my friend's parents. I was renting their basement apartment, and they had 7 Chihuahuas.
That's crazy.
And I didn't, and I could probably, like, still tell you all their names and shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, they all had different personalities. Like, for real, I still remember them. It was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, hers is like hella loving, but she has like an attitude too. Like if you try to like take her bone, she's growling, like,
Because she's a Chihuahua, dude. Yeah, they get.
And she's a female too. So I have 2 male French bulldogs. They're with my girl right now.
Yeah.
And one has hella bad anxiety.
Okay.
And the other one's super chill, right? But they literally won't even go near
the Chihuahua.
Yeah, when she's mad.
Yeah.
Like they know what's up.
Like
and
they don't fuck with her.
2 to 3 times bigger than her.
Yeah, but Chihuahuas don't know. They go right up to the door and bark at people and shit.
And she's a sweetheart. She's like a super sweetheart. She whenever me and my girl are sleeping, she always sleeps on the pillow. Like she's awesome.
Yeah, they are pretty cool dogs. Yeah. Once you get to know them, they're pretty cool dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So the one that has anxiety, is that like, do you have to give your dog medication or anything for that, or like?
No, man. I've gotten like hella advice, and like the one advice, like I think it was Favi, Zach's girl or Zach's fiance.
Yeah.
I think
had some advice.
Because they have 2 Frenchies. And the advice was one of their Frenchies was hella anxious, but after they had mated that Frenchie, he wasn't as anxious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
He doesn't. Does he like tear shit up at home, like when you're gone or anything?
No,
or?
He has separation anxiety. So like,
so you get sad when you're
to
away.
Yeah, and then if we're out the door, he's like, it sounds like it's the craziest whine ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's like heartbreaking every time you leave the house.
I don't know if you follow Walter the Frenchie.
No, Instagram, but I'll hit it up after this.
Yeah, bro. He whines just like
Walter the French. Dude, when so like I'll dog sit for my friend Kaylee and her boyfriend Steve when they go on vacations and shit.
Yeah.
And they have an Aussie, and then they also have a cat now. But it's like every time and it's just like going there, letting her out, and then I sleep over there too while they're gone. Yeah. So it's not like I even see her that much, but like whenever like I finally leave her, when they're coming home, I get like sad. So I get it.
Yeah.
Like dogs are, and it's like then my friend told me that like when they first get back, she'll be like, when they first get back, she's kind of like, who the fuck are you guys?
Yeah,
she's like, where'd that big tall fucking bro that was coming in here? Like, what happened to him? Because like I'll spend like a week with her but yeah, they're cool, man. But they like whenever you leave and you lock the door to go to work or whatever. It's like heartbreaking because she's like in there just crying.
Yeah,
like,
that's my
they don't like it
right now, man. It's like the reason why I started photography too was like I wanted to get away from the 9 to 5.
Oh, 100%.
Like I'm tired.
Yeah, most people that I have come in here that have businesses or they're entrepreneurs, that is like their goal, and it's like there's so many people, and I'm rooting for everybody to do it.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like the future is going to be more like that with everything being online and. There's going to be less like 9 to 5 jobs, I feel like, in the future. More people working from home, or like. So if anybody can do it, man, I think it's a really good way to just get out of the matrix, you know.
I feel it, but it's not like for me, right? It's like it's not the advice that you could take, like just jump into just quitting your job. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
no, you can't do that shit, dude.
So I got a really high overhead, right? I'm bougie. Like I'm gonna be the first to
in
admit,
general.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I have high spending habits. I eat really good food, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
dude, no, I feel you. So like
Gatorades, which are $2 right now a bottle.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to get rich because just like the taste level of stuff. Like,
exactly.
I work with this girl and we're always talking about that because we're like, you know, like she just bought this Wolfpack bag and everything, and like I got mine. Then you're always like trying to buy like clothing, you know, brands that are super like dope and everything, and it's like, man, I need to get like I need to make money. Otherwise,
exactly.
Like, I don't want to have that. But I get it. I think you got that. I've noticed that about you for sure, man.
Yeah, I got a huge overhead, right?
But it's also style. Like I feel like you got style, dude.
Yeah,
like, you've always had that. Like,
I mean, yeah, fashion's like really big to me, and that's like what I wanted to do in photography. But like, my friend group just led me to fitness because all my homies like bodybuild or are in the fitness some way, right?
Yes.
But like, I don't even have half the friends that are into like fitness, right? And some of my friends that are in fitness do like fashion.
Yeah.
But
I don't know much about fashion.
I question their fashion sense.
Right.
I'm not gonna say no names, sorry guys.
Yeah, but you're like, if I had to pick somebody, like I'd be like, if I was like had to go like dress super dope, I'd be like, I need to ask Jay what to wear. Because like, it's like you're always trying to like.
I've had people ask me for sure, like if this is dope or this is dope, and I'll give them my opinion. But literally, like, it's not about if it's dope, right? It's about if it looks good on you.
Yeah, and it's about you having your own style too.
Like,
and shit.
I love oversized shirts, but do they look good on me? No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just make me look super wide and like
super boxy.
Yeah, and like whenever I like raise my arms up, you can see my stomach.
It
looks like a crop top. So
you're like, you like them on other people, but
I
you gotta dress to your style, like your body type.
I feel like anybody under 5'7" is meant for like an oversized shirt. Until they start making them like longer, you know.
Well, that's my thing is like if they could make shit a lot longer, I look way better in it.
Exactly. I mean, like Young LA, right?
Dude,
they make some dope oversized shirts, right?
Yeah,
and they like fit really well and they're long. Like,
like this is a double X, and I love it. I love their double X stuff because like
they do
it hangs.
Start making 3X though, because once I outgrow the 2X, man, I can't even.
There's no other option for you.
Like I gotta go to like Gasp or something.
But it is cool because they'll have stuff that's like actually long enough. So like if I put my weight belt on in the gym, like if I have a short shirt on and I put my weight belt on and I got like joggers on, I look stupid because it's like the shirt's like super. So like if I have like a long one that kind of hangs down and it almost makes me look like I have more of a waist than I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like having long shit, it's like it definitely helps.
Yeah. So I've been big on like the tuck in shirt vibe during workouts now because it's just like it makes you look small in the waist as long as you have big legs, right? And like my upper body's whatever mediocre.
Dude, what's been going on in the fitness world for you lately? You been on a meal plan and stuff, or you just doing your own thing?
Yeah, so I'm working with my coach right now out in Boston. His name's Andrew Chooch.
Right, I saw that. Yeah. How's that
dope. Going? So he's at a Team Zero Gravity, right? And I want to work with Ryan, the owner of Zero Gravity, but like I just can't afford him.
It's expensive
really,
too.
I just went down the line for a while till I can afford him.
Yep.
Andrew's a great coach, though. He knows what he's doing. He listens to what I say to him.
Yep.
And the carb cycling portion, I mean, I hate that I'm eating different meals, mostly every other day or something. But it's just, it works.
Carb cycling's good, yeah.
Yeah, I like it because, like, we can skyrocket. Like, I'll be hungry throughout the beginning of the week, but then when we hit my, like, 600 to 800 gram carbs, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as hungry.
Well, it just makes sense, too, that you're putting your body through, like, times of restriction and then times of feeding.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, because it's honestly, like, with too much restriction, you're not going to, like, you know, feed your body for muscle. But then if you do have a tendency to put on fat, if you're always feeding your body too much, it's going to start putting on fat. It's almost like, you know, intermittent fasting in a way, but you're just basically, you're calorie and carb cycling. It's like, so you're going to have probably times of, like, being in a deficit and then times of being in a little closer to maintenance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a good, well, it's even like, you know, like Jordan for me has like my rest days like are super low on carbs. Yeah. Like so it's kind of a carb cycle in a sense, you know, but I'm a big believer in that stuff because I think.
Hey man, like I never got to say this to you, but man, Jordan and you did some work.
We did,
got
dude.
lean, bro.
Yeah, and I got way more work to do. I've been pretty fucking lazy lately, ever since I got lean, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been hitting it hard, but like I know that I got this show coming up, and now I really.
Oh, you're competing?
I'm gonna do the Emerald Cup and.
Oh shit! Everybody's doing the Emerald Cup.
Everybody's doing it.
Shooting, but like I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to compete again, man.
Dude, you should just do it. Fucking.
See, but like so here's my schedule right now, right? So,
but you got a lot of shit going on.
So I'm up at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, right? I love it.
And then
this is entrepreneur shit, dude. This is how I know you're gonna make it. Yeah.
I'm up at 4:00 in the morning, right? And then first thing I do, right, is I'll down some pre-workout and go straight to the gym.
Right away. So you get your lift done in the morning.
And then I'm back at home by 7:30, and then I got to get ready to go to work for 9 till 5. Mm-hmm. And then like 5 out of the 7 days, I'm shooting somebody.
So you're basically like up in the morning, gym, 9 to 5 job to pay your fucking bills, and then go work on
other people's.
But at least the thing
medias.
is, you're doing something after work. Like, I can't remember if it was. I think it's like a saying from The Rock. Like, if you're not putting, like, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're not putting in time after that to like get out of it,
yourself, you know
yeah, like, what are you doing? You know,
and that's like my main thing, right? Because like I know with the drive that I have and the aesthetic that my eye has, like I know that I'll make it. It's just I gotta be sure that like my work is top tier, and like I won't give anybody less than top tier if they're paying.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
no, I think you will make it. Even before you started doing this photography, I just think that just from the little bit of time I've known you, I just feel like you're gonna do something. Mostly because
big plans for sure.
You know, mostly because of that drive of like you said, my taste is expensive. Like, so it seems like people that have those tastes, like they're gonna find a way to like make it fucking happen.
And you gotta hustle, right? And like my thing is like,
well, you are hustling if you're getting up every day at 4, and you know, I mean, that's like the people that make it. That's what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And I think that's very big. And I think, I mean. Don't get me wrong. On the weekends, I'm sleeping in.
You got to have a little. Yeah.
But I think it's big that people don't waste the hours in the day, like even Monday through Friday. Like sleeping on the weekends, you know. But like at least 5 days out of the week, you know,
you gotta be hitting it hard. Yeah.
Get that money. You know what I'm saying? Because one quote that stayed with me pretty heavily is, "The money's already printed. You just got to go get it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to go get it.
There is a weird thing too about just like telling yourself you deserve it and shit, and like it's all that woo woo stuff about like opening yourself up to the universe, but it's kind of true. Like, because I feel like it's like you're putting yourself in a mentality where like you're like it's okay. Well, and you know, because I kind of grew up in small town blue collar where it was almost like you almost get this mentality of like if you try to make a lot of money, you're an asshole.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like rich people are assholes, and like. You know, like
that's cool. I mean, you guys like I don't get that mentality, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's a limiting mentality.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like you have to change your thought patterns and your ideas about like, no, I deserve to make a lot of money. I want to be a high earner and I want to be successful.
Exactly. And me and my girl on this thing, right? And like I want to make it very clear, like money is not everything to me, right? But like the money will make it easier for me to spend time with my loved ones,
right?
My girlfriend and my dogs and the people that I actually want to be with.
Yeah, because I think that's everybody that's trying to go for this success. It's not really about the money.
Yeah,
it's
we
about
just want financial freedom.
It's about getting out of the matrix, pretty much. Because that's what it is. It's a rat race. It's a matrix. It's just a, you know, do the same thing every day and like you know, work for somebody else, making somebody else money. You want to work for yourself. You want to make yourself money and then take care of your family and your loved ones and all that. You know, like, that's the goal, right?
Exactly. And like you got to have different avenues when it comes to, you know, financials. I think one of the biggest things that somebody taught me was have different avenues. Where
multiple sources of income.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, right, if you're making like, let's say like your overhead's like $100 and you're making $2 a day over here or whatever, $10 a day over here, and then from your 9 to 5 job you're making like $50, you know,
right?
Very low numbers, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you know You just got to get all of that paid, and then whatever you have left is your money to spend.
Yep.
So get your overhead paid for, and then stack up or spend whatever.
And invest, which is kind of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing you're big into is the that crypto world, dude. Like,
I wouldn't say I'm big into it, but like the basics.
You've dipped your feet, yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like I feel more knowledgeable than I was in crypto.
Right.
Back when Dogecoin was getting big, right?
Yeah.
Ali, shout out Ali again. He really hit me to like cold wallets and hot wallets and like, other things. And then I have friends who are like not using Coinbase, they're grabbing VPNs and using like exchanges out in China.
Yeah, because I don't know shit about what you're talking about. But that's dope. That's dope that you know that shit, dude. Like,
but I think one of the
Ali's into that shit too.
Super big.
Yeah.
He's the one that like got me into it, bro.
I got to get him on here too. That guy,
Yeah,
he looks
man.
crazy right now too.
Oh, he's 191 right now, and I think like
God damn, he looks good right now.
I think when he was super lean, he was like around the 170s.
Right, so that's a lot of good weight.
His abs are still showing, and he's got a little like lower belly fluff, but
but he's pretty lean. He's put on some lean mass, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's like 20 pounds of lean mass, bro.
Exactly. I think he's gonna be like around 185 to like maybe 190 if he can gain like 10 more pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On stage, so
Dude.
we'll see. Cause like I don't know, that's my boy. So I want to see him up there.
That's awesome, man.
It. And I remember when he first started posing with Jordan, he was like doing his practices and he was posing stiff, and it's just crazy to see how far he's gone, man.
It is, man. Yeah, I'd love to have him on here and just talk to him about that.
Yeah, bro. But he's the one that introduced me into crypto, pretty much. Like cold wallets, that's like a little ledger thing, and then you put your money on there so that your money's not on exchanges.
So that's where you can put your money whenever you want to get it out of.
Yeah, and it's cold. So, like, there's no name on it. It's just an address, right? Nobody knows whose address that is. It's not hackable. Like, it's pretty hard.
But that's where you pull your money in between purchases.
Is that what you're saying? You want to. You don't need to, but, like, I have recently because there's some shit that's gone on in the crypto world.
Well, so a cold wallet, that's, like, where your money sits when you're not investing it. Is that what you're saying? Like,
it can.
Okay,
right?
I was going to say.
Send it. You have to send it to your cold wallet.
Right. So you send the money, but then like it can sit there, right?
Yeah, it can sit there.
It's not invested in anything.
Yeah, and as the market
it's
goes
just
down,
in the
your
cold
money
wallet.
is going to go down or up.
So it is still going to go up and down based on the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still going to move with the market, but it's your money's safe.
That's
the big thing, right? Because there's some shit that's gone on in the crypto world that right now it's fucking
where it's not safe.
Yeah, like shit's collapsing and like people in the Bahamas stole like $86 billion of
Jesus
cash,
Christ.
and like they're on the run right now. So
yeah, I saw this like meme or some shit on Instagram where it was like somebody's mom texting them like I'm pissed off at you or something. Like, why'd you tell me to put this money in Ethereum? Like,
and it crashed.
Yeah, and it crashed.
It's gonna go back up, bro. Because like the thing about Ethereum, right, is you use Ethereum on a day-to-day basis to like send money.
Right.
So Ethereum
cryptos were rocking like before all this economy collapse shit.
So I feel like it was rocking because like nobody had anything better to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. Everything was locked down. Trump was president. All of a sudden, everything went.
People was an investor. Investor.
Everything was different at that time, dude. Like, and then something happened. I remember it started kind of crashing and. I don't know. It's just different now.
Yeah, bro.
But you still know what you're doing. I'd be scared to play with it now because I don't really understand it. But
yeah, there's this new token that I'm super big on. Right, it's called Zen Crypto.
Yeah,
and it's big because there's like minimal entry level to get in.
Okay.
But what the actual token is trying to do is it's trying to teach new users like you or me how to use crypto and how to like transfer funds and how to make crypto and like how the actual token works.
Right. So it's a good learning one.
It's a good learning token. And right now it's like I'm minting like 23 million Zen for like $4. So you know what I'm saying? And it's big. And like each Zen is worth
so it could blow up, like if it ever
I mean the tokenomics on Zen Crypto is like it wants to be what Bitcoin was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. right? But along the road, if somebody picks up on Zen Crypto and changes that, which the actual token itself can't be changed, but they can start exchanging it. It can be on big exchanges, and it can get centralized.
Okay.
Like Bitcoin did.
Yep.
So the whole point of Zen Crypto is to be decentralized,
right?
Where it's not on centralized exchanges, and
so you don't want it to become centralized. Is that kind of?
I mean, low key, I do, because I kind of hold like.
It would blow up for you, maybe
500 million tokens. So if that fucking shit hits fucking a penny.
Oh yeah, so that would be.
I have 5 million.
Yeah, that'd be super dope.
I'd sell. like I don't care. Like it's teaching me something.
Then you got 5 million you could invest.
Yeah, I mean, even if it hits like a tenth of a penny, I'm 500,000 in. I'd probably quit my job.
Oh yeah, because you could use that money to make money.
Exactly.
Dude, that's so dope. Yeah, that's the thing is like. We've talked about that on here too, where it's like if you can figure out these like principles and how to make money, like you're just gonna know how to make money. You have to have something to invest, but it's like it's kind of like that thing where like if somebody wins the lottery and they don't have the values and principles and know how to make money, they lose it right away.
Yeah.
So it's like training yourself to like learn how to make money.
Yeah.
And I still don't really know how, but
it's like I have a bunch of friends in sales, and like
yeah, dude,
they're like sales all over. I have friends
like definitely the multiple streams. Like even this podcast, it's gonna start like making a little bit of money through the Anchor thing or whatever. Like he was showing me how that works. If I get some like if I get enough people listening, obviously I can get like some advertising and all that shit.
Yeah.
That would be dope too. So then that's like one source. Then you work at the bar. That's another source. Then so it's like you said.
Are you still investing? Are you still in stocks? And
I still got a little bit on Cash App and stuff. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I should. I just spend way too much money too, dude. Like,
I feel you, bro.
God, I should. And I should be saving so much money right now.
Bro. And like when the markets shit on you, bro, they shit on you. So
yeah, it's been rough.
Like, you see, like the other day or like last week, I want to say is I had like.
I put in like 600 and it was like watching it go down and it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I had like somewhere around like 4 extra zeros under my shit, and then that shit dropped to 3 zeros, and I was like,
damn.
I'm not gonna say the exact number,
but yeah, you're like, son of a bitch.
It was bad, bro. And
you go from 4 zeros to 3 zeros, that hurts.
Yeah, bro, and it's just
dude,
like,
ouch.
But like the next day, right? Like the market bounces back for whatever reason.
Well, I think it's gonna come back in general.
Yeah,
we went through that bullshit, that COVID and everything. Everything got weird, and shit's weird right now, and everybody's pissed off about it. But I definitely think it's gonna come back.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even. I mean, I don't even know who's gonna be president like in 2024, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it's gonna come back.
I don't think so. Like personally, as somebody who doesn't really understand crypto that much, so don't take my fucking advice for this shit.
Yeah.
But I personally think that crypto is crypto, and it can't be centralized. It can't, like, nobody can,
That's the point of it, right?
Exactly. That was the point of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like.
But this was like the first year I had to like pay taxes on it and shit.
I'm not gonna say it on here, but
yeah,
I've never gotten a tax bill from crypto.
Well, because like everything I do on Cash App or Robinhood and stuff, now they're like, they didn't used to worry about that. Now they do.
Yeah, see, that's why you gotta get off them.
Yeah, you're right. Those apps, you're like, no, I'll give you the real shit. Yeah. That is true because they're so used now that the government wants their piece of that. Yeah.
And I mean, like in Washington State, right? If you hold your assets for longer than a year, you're not paying capital gains tax on it. You'll just pay like a measly 10% of your gains.
Right.
So
it's not bad or anything.
You're not paying anything. You know.
True.
And that can go like, I think there's Ollie can like get into it a little bit more because
I mean, I don't think it affects my taxes that much. I'm just saying it's the first year I've actually had to send all that shit in. Like I think it was like last year.
Yeah, bro. I've never received anything about crypto, and I think I made like $10,000 off Doge.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I remember when that shit was flying, bro.
Oh, man. So I think my friend did that, too.
7 cents, and that bitch hit 79 cents. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? I fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
I could have
you
like
sold at that.
$120,000.
Oh, man.
That was my
that's got to hurt.
Well, yeah, that's my biggest fuck up, right?
But you did make money.
Yeah.
But you didn't know. I mean, how do you know that if you waited that much longer,
Exactly.
But that's where people got to sit. They got to stay.
Yeah.
But if you stay too long, then you're fucked.
Lately, I just been taking the L, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, after that, bro, like, I pretty much chucked it to the game. Like, I'll put $500 in a coin, right? Just like I did Zen.
And just leave it.
Yeah, and
let shit happen, let yourself lose it, let it come back.
If I lose it, right, it's only $500. But the chances of me hitting more than $500 is way bigger than me losing the $500.
Right.
And I always, kind of give like the yin and yang of, whatever I invest in.
Also, it's kind of like it's only $500.
Exactly.
Like when you don't have that money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
like the mindset that kills us,
That is true.
Because then we're like, oh, it's only 500, and then it goes to, oh, it's only 1,000.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
that
we
is
as human
true.
beings, right? We're
When there's other people that are penny pinchers and they're like, super good at saving and all that, but
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we as human beings have like addictive personalities, so we always.
Oh yeah.
And it's in everybody. It's not just like addicts or like drug addicts or whatever.
No, it's
But,
everybody
as
because
human
you always want more. It's
Exactly.
never enough, dude.
We as human beings are mentally like programmed
Yeah.
to want more if we find fun, joy, or
Oh, dude, I've noticed that even with like meal plans and stuff. That's why it's like the more you stick on your meal plan and keep yourself from spiking your dopamine,
Yeah.
you're better off because then it's like, you hit the cheat meal and you do and then that leads to another one because you want that high from fucking.
Exactly.
You eat the thing and it's like, oh, yeah. And then you're like, next week, you're like, okay, I'll only eat that on Friday. That's my cheat day. But then it's like Wednesday and you're like, fuck, I want that fucking high again.
And sometimes people won't know that like they'll be doing it. It's just like a drug, right?
It's a drug. It's
like
a dopamine hit.
Some people won't even know that they're doing it at the time or like can't control it.
They can't even stop while they're doing it. Yeah.
And I feel like
So if you keep it level and you keep yourself from spiking your dopamine too much, it can be valuable.
that's like one of the big things in like the fitness industry. When I first started bodybuilding and like dieting, was my binge, like my first like reverse, I gained 40 pounds.
Yeah.
I ate like 6 boxes of cereals in one sitting. I had like
Because you just couldn't control the
thousands of
binge.
candy bars. You know what I'm saying? Like I ate till like I literally couldn't anymore. And,
Like till you were sick.
Yeah, let me take these off real quick.
Yeah, go for it, dude. No, I've definitely done that, dude. Like, especially when I got super lean, that started happening to me where I would like, I'd go like to like super supplements or something and buy some like protein bars.
Yeah.
But like, so I'll just get a bunch of protein bars. I'll just have them on Friday for like my cheat day. But then I was so lean that I was so hungry. Like I would literally just eat them. I'd be like, holy fuck, I just ate all of them.
Yeah.
Like shit like that, you know.
Like people don't know this, but like insulin spikes will make you hungrier. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, then you want more.
Especially if you haven't had sugar in a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you're down super lean, dude, and then you get that sugar, it makes you want more sugar. You got to be careful.
Absolutely.
That's why, like, even for so I'll do my Rice Krispie treats before my lift, but I've stopped like letting myself because before sometimes you get like Pop-Tarts or like some other kind of like fun cereal bars and shit like that, but it's too much sugar for me, dude.
Yeah.
If I just keep it to that fucking plain old like Rice Krispie treat, that's pretty good because it's pretty boring and plain, but like when you are dieting, that Rice Krispie treat before your lift makes you feel great.
Yeah, man.
Because you're like, ooh, that's sweet, it's good, but and then I see a lot of people, they'll have a lot of fun with different, like, they'll be buying up cereal bars and all this shit.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
fuckers on
do
the
it.
macro plans, dude.
I can't do it.
I don't know how some people can do it. And, like, shout out to all the people that can do it because...
If you can do it, good for you. But if I eat that sugar stuff, it makes me, like, it trips something. And then I want to eat the whole box. And
yeah, man, for me, like, macro counting, right? And, like, the whole, like, if it fits in your macros, right? It's, like... It just takes too much time out of my day, and I already told you my schedule, you know what I'm saying?
Right, if it fits your macros, works, but it's also kind of like...
I also don't have time to be like, okay, I'm going to use, like, chicken and then lettuce and, like, whatever else I want to put together, and I'm going to saute it, and, like...
Well, a lot of coaches...
Chicken, rice, and veggies. That's
right,
it.
that's why I do like the way that, like, Renovation does their meal plans, because they just give you the fucking meal plan, and, like... People are like, how do you eat the same thing every day? I'm like, well, for me, again, I like it because it's simple and it keeps me from those spikes of like flipping out and eating too much shit, But it's also like once you do it, it's easy to do.
Exactly, and it also gives you the structure, right? And like that's the main thing, like especially if you're bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, you have
trying to lose weight, you need to have structure. No matter what anybody says, like.
Yeah, because a lot of coaches will give you the macros, and then you're like you said, if it fits your macros. But then you start getting too much, like, you play with too much shit, and I feel like it's a slippery slope, at least for me.
Yeah. Well, like, there's plenty of people said this, but I think Goob said this too. You can get all your macros, right, from olive oil, fucking sugar, and, protein powder.
There was, like, a dude that did that. He, like, wanted to prove that he could, like... get in shape, and he like did it with like Twinkies and all, but it was like
Yeah.
he literally ate on his macros exactly, but he did it with a bunch of shitty food just to
Yeah.
prove that it can be done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't all shitty because you had to have some kind of protein source and stuff, but
Yeah, and I just I don't know, man. I can't do it, but shout out to the people that can, because that shit's hard, and like I don't have the brain. So my girl says that I have an overactive mind, and I think about too many things at once.
yep.
So I can't.
So what does
even
that look
fathom.
like? I mean, I think I do that a little bit too. So like when you're doing your meal plans right now with this early up schedule, getting up, how do you do it? Will you meal prep ahead of time, or what do you do? Like
Right now, bro, I'm like, it's not like the tightest meal plan, right? But like, I'll make 96.4 burger patties ahead of
Yep.
time, and then some skirt steak.
ooh
And then
yeah,
I'll sear those, and then I'll sear the burger patties. And then for the chicken, I'll just use Costco rotisserie chicken.
yep.
Fucking
It's
fire.
the easiest. Yeah,
Literally fire. You just
Yeah.
pull that bitch off.
Yep, it's done.
You
It's
know what
ready
I'm
to
saying?
go, and they're cheap. They're super
Just
cheap.
peel the
yeah.
skin off, you know what I'm saying? And just throw it on, use some hot sauce, and it's good, bro. It's tender. Like, I have no complaints with the rotisserie chicken. And I'm in an off season, so it's like I'm not trying to
Right,
go,
you
like,
can be like everybody I talk to during the off season. That's when you can do a little more.
it's still chicken, you know?
And I still like to, like cheat meals and stuff like that. I think it is a good idea to have one.
Yeah, the big thing with me is if it's a cheat meal, I'm still eating the same thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
Basically the same. Yeah.
like if I go out to a restaurant, I'm going to order a salmon or a steak.
Yes.
So I'm just going to make that at home where I know where the ingredients are going in.
Right.
I've stopped, like, after I left the hospitality restaurant industry,
Yeah.
I kind of, like, stopped going out to eat.
Well, the other
Unless
thing I
I'm, like,
realized,
with a big group of friends, you know?
yeah, because it is fun to do. We did that like a few weeks back, and it was a blast. But it is like, I can't imagine doing that every week and spending that money and shit. And
Exactly.
it's like,
I think we went to Sen for my girl's birthday, and, like, we had, like, 3 drinks, and, like, I had a burger, and we had, like, 2 rolls of sushi.
yeah,
And, bro, that tab was $300.
yeah, it's so easy to spend so much
that's
money.
without
Dude.
tip. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We didn't even get a window seat. Like, we didn't even get the view or anything.
Dude, that's why you got to get rich so you can live that kind of life.
So, like, I wouldn't even, like, okay, let's just speak on if we got rich, what we would do, right?
Yeah,
If I got rich, bro, I wouldn't be fucking,
I wouldn't go out to eat,
I'd hire a personal chef to
Right.
just cook all my shit for me.
and I'd have the
That
best quality food.
That would literally take so much time out of my whole week.
I'd
Just
be-
have, like, a personal chef just cooking my shit.
Yeah, and if I was rich, I'd be one of them people like buying from like regenerative farms and shit, like the highest quality meat that's like never had
Exactly.
antibiotics and
You know
shit.
what
Like
I'm saying?
I'd be like buying from those like really fancy like organic farms where like the meat's never
yeah.
been touched by like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be putting the best ingredients in my body, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, like, that's my main thing, right? Is, like, financial freedom again, right? I want to stop trading time for money
That's huge.
so that I can have time to do what I want.
Yeah, if you can figure out a way to not have to like trade time for money, because I'm always like thinking like, how the fuck, would you do that? Because everything I'm doing, even like with podcasting, that's time for money.
Yeah.
If I start training people, that's time for money because I still have to put in the time and the work. Bartending, that's big time for money. I have to be there. It's like I don't know the best way to do it, but there's ways to do it.
Yeah, whatever you do in life, it's either going to cost you time or it's going to cost you money.
And time's like super valuable.
And I'd rather spend money because I can't ever get back time. You know what I'm saying?
No, and you can't do it. And you start getting like my age where I'm getting closer to 40 and stuff, you really start realizing like, oh man, it goes so fast.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, and you start, like you said, appreciating those things of like your family time and your time with like your girl and stuff like that. And it's like,
Yeah, like me.
you want to have more of that time. That's why you want to get successful. That's why you want to have money. It's not just to have money.
Exactly. And, like, the big thing for me right now is, like, me and my girlfriend are long distance. My girlfriend
Dude.
lives in Yakima.
No shit.
And, like, she
Are you
comes
guys,
out here more than I come up there, but...
Are you guys ever gonna like move, or when are you gonna move, or?
So, like, that's the plan, right? It's like she's doing her clinicals at, like, a pediatric
Oh, you got a
facility.
girl in medical, dude.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Exactly. And, like,
Yeah, that's a
she's good
good.
with
That's a
kids.
good field.
But so she's in pediatrics too, so she works with kids.
Yeah, that's like what my sister does, dude. She works in the like delivers babies and shit.
That's dope.
As a nurse. Yeah, it's cool. I love it. It's like, and she loves that shit, you know, like, yeah.
My girl, so we had this talk, and like, she plans on moving out here soon. Mm-hmm. It's just she has to finish her clinicals because she plans on going to school over here somewhere.
Right, so there's a plan though. Exactly. So it's like, you know, you're long distance, but it's not like it's gonna be forever.
Exactly.
So that makes it probably easier to handle, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like if there was no real plan or like that would, I feel like that would get tough because you're like, what are we doing?
And it still is tough, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure it's tough being away from each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and she works a full day, right? She has a daughter too, and she's up at the same time I'm up at, and we don't talk till like 9:00 at night, and like we text each other throughout the day, like random texts, but
that is tough, dude.
You know, and then when we see each other on the weekends, like I dedicate all my weekend time to her. If I'm not like, if I don't have
so that's good.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like the big thing for me is like, I want, when the time does come when she does move out here, I want to be so secure that I can just spend the time with her.
Yeah. Well, you also, I mean, that's the other thing is like, as a guy, it's like you want to be secure financially and stuff so that you have something to offer people, right? It's like,
bro, I see these all over the place. So
that one's just plain water.
So what the hell? What the fuck?
So the only reason I get it is because it's like water for my guest. That one has flavor.
Berry? Oh, okay.
So that one has like 20 calories.
Okay.
That one is flavored water. It's really good. This one's literally just straight up water. But I don't, you know, I'm not like huge into trying to be morally superior. But I do think it's better to recycle aluminum.
Hey, bro, this is kind of banging.
It's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm like not even gonna lie to you. I've seen them and I've seen people drinking them.
Yeah, that berry one, dude, it's so good because it's not like, it's also not like,
it's just hinted. So like it's not like
it's a hint, and like, you know when you drink a LaCroix, how it has like that super fucking
no flavor, it tastes like static.
Yeah, like this is good, and it doesn't have that overly powerful carbonation.
Exactly.
Like every time I drink a LaCroix, I start like burping and shit. Like this has carbonation, but it's like slight, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's pretty bomb, dude. Mm-hmm. This is like the first time I had it, so I've done a lot of first things today, bro.
But this one's great. It's just plain water, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is my first time on a podcast.
Yeah.
Shooting Jordan and Kimberly's wedding.
So first time shooting a wedding.
Yeah. That was the first time Liquid Death, you know what I'm saying? It was.
Dude, if you can get into that wedding game, man, that's money.
And
I thought like, it looked really cool, man. How was the wedding?
It was very small, but like that's how they wanted it. They wanted it very intimate. And that's okay, but it was fun, and it was good seeing two people that I like are,
and they like love each other.
Yeah, and are in love.
It's pretty cool. I look at that as like goals. You know what I'm saying?
I've only been to 2 weddings, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like my boys are in the streets right now.
Yeah, so not all getting married and shit.
Yeah, you know, my boys are straight in the streets. So,
dude, I've been in weddings. Like, I've had like. It's like I've always been in weddings, like, yo, hey, you want to be in my wedding party and shit? And then I moved out here, and I got to get out of, like, all the weddings because I'm, like, too far away.
Yeah.
Which is, like, sad at the same time, but it's also kind of like, hey, I didn't have to go to that wedding, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I mean, it's better a wedding than a funeral, bro. I tell myself, like, I'm not.
Now, weddings are pretty cool, actually.
Exactly.
They're fun. It's like, I don't know. It's two people that love each other, and especially if they're like low key like that one. It's when they're like those like big ass, like, you know, I'm from like Iowa, so it's a lot of these like big ass religious ones where it's like a whole church ceremony.
Oh, bro, I just went to my first quinceañera like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
bro, that shit was big, bro. Mexicans know how to get down.
Oh yeah, no shit.
They was throwing parties, like there was a whole band there doing all types of Mexican
There's so many
music.
different ways that religions have to like. Mine's like that old school Christianity, so it's all like really quiet, and like then I've been to other churches where it's like, oh damn, this is so different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It is. Yeah, there's so many different ways, but
yeah, I mean we got like debuts, so it's the same thing. So the Philippines is it's a Spanish-based culture, but instead of doing like a quinceañera when you're 15 and like you're becoming an adult for girls, right? We do debuts.
Okay.
When you turn 18.
Yep, and really so that's like a celebration into adulthood, basically.
Yeah.
So for us, that's like getting what do we call it?
Kicked out of our house.
Oh yeah, that's when you get kicked out.
No,
Like, hey, you're on your own. No, I think for us it's like, what do we call it? I can't remember. You get to a certain age, they do something to you in the church. I can't remember. Like when you're little, it's baptized, and then I can't remember what it is.
I have no idea, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I just started going back to church, to be honest.
Yeah, how's that for you, man? You go to that 611 church?
No,
Or?
116.
116, that's what it is.
I mean,
Okay.
I haven't been there in months.
That seems like a pretty cool church, though.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Like,
It's dope. I mean, like, everybody we know pretty much goes there, so.
right. It just looks like really kind of a chill vibe, and like I don't see like people. They kind of wear like more casual clothes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's so different from what I come from. Like I said, it's so
Exactly. You
old
probably had to wear,
fashioned.
like, dress
Oh,
shirts.
dude, you gotta wear like dress shirts, and it's so like stuffy. Like everything is like, it's creepy when you're a kid because it's like all the dudes have like the weird robes on and shit. And it's like they may or may not be pedophiles. We don't know. Like, I don't know, dude. It was just a creepy vibe. So it's like, but so yeah, maybe that gave me a weird idea about religion. But yeah, now I have so many friends that are religious, and it's like definitely having a different opinion about all that stuff lately.
I mean,
I think it
it's
helps a
cool.
lot of people.
I definitely believe in a higher power, dude.
Yeah.
I believe that I couldn't have gotten this far
Without it.
one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's been.
It's brought a positivity to your life, you think?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I used to be highly addicted to drugs, man.
Right.
I think I first started doing drugs when I was like 13 years old, right?
Right.
And like anybody that I was influenced by was doing drugs. So I thought it was like a normal thing.
You thought
to
it
do.
was just part of...
Yeah, I thought it was just a part of growing up, you know what I'm saying? Until
So
like,
you really, like, to you, it was as normal as anything. So it
Yeah,
didn't even
bro.
seem like, this is weird that I'm doing this.
Yeah, I remember smoking weed back then, and like I don't smoke weed. I don't like do drugs or anything now, but
Right.
I remember smoking weed back then, and I was like, damn, like this feels hella good. But then like everybody hated me for smoking drugs, and like this was in junior high, like I was like in 7th grade, and
Right.
everybody hated me for like smoking weed. And then all of a sudden we're in high school, and everybody's
So
smoking
weed's
weed.
cool.
And
And
I was like, hold up, like you guys,
you
hated
guys were
me.
like shitting on me, yeah.
Yeah, and then like everybody's smoking weed and fucking doing hella drugs and Molly and going to parties and shit.
Right. Well, that is weird because it's like, well, I grew up around a lot of alcohol, so it was like, I understand what you mean. Like, I remember getting to a point in life where I was like, realized like, growing up around alcohol, I didn't even realize that not drinking was an option.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
feel you,
just,
bro.
that's just what you do. Like, I didn't, so like, when I got more into like fitness and stuff and because I kind of stopped drinking in general. I mean, like I have that whiskey and stuff. I'll have some a little bit here and there. But I remember like realizing that I don't actually have to drink, and like it was like a revelation because everybody just drank.
Yeah.
Like it was just so part of our culture that like the
And it's the same
idea
in
that
the
you didn't
Philippines.
have to and you could get into something like lifting or something healthier didn't even click with me and once it did, it's like it was this weird thing of almost like wanting to not be the same as everybody else.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
I think it was big in my family actually because I come from a family where like all the men are alcoholics. You know, it's like
Yeah.
the thing to do like right when you get home is like
Right.
you know, and face plant. I think I have an uncle, right, and I don't know if he's still like this. I haven't seen him in like 4 years, but when I was up there, bro, like every day after work, he's killing like bottles of gin.
Yeah.
That's why I drink gin. Like gin's my.
Should we have some
favorite.
whiskey?
I have a shot with you.
I was like, here we're talking about how like
I
you
was
don't
shocked.
have to drink, and then we're just about to try this whiskey for the first time.
Yeah, we waited till we got
So
on the podcast.
here's
to try
another
this
first
shit.
too, dude.
Yeah,
This is Metallica whiskey, so it's
yeah, I've never tried this shit either. So
it's
I've had whiskey,
it's called
but-
Blackened American whiskey.
Okay,
and-
let me smell it.
Here, smell it, dude. It's apparent. So the gimmick is they play at a Metallica playlist. So I had the playlist of what songs got played to it.
Yeah,
So like it's, and we don't have to have a ton, but there we go, man.
we don't have to have it.
No, this
bro.
is how you do it healthy.
Okay.
You know, because we're trying to help people get out of addictions and stuff here. But sometimes it's fun to like have a little bit.
Well,
you know?
yeah, and that's like where my shit is, right? It's like
So that's batch 125. So I know the playlist that got played.
I was able to kind of here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's go.
And it's good.
It's smooth.
Yeah,
for sure.
that is good. Okay, damn. Yeah. Metallica whiskey. Fuck yeah.
So, coming up, right, I was, so my uncle drank heavily, and, like, you would see him faceplant, right? But
Like to the point where he would pass out.
pass out on the sidewalk, and my aunt, like, in the Philippines, it's 117 degrees, bro, and he just passed out on the sidewalk, you know what I'm saying?
So it's like you could die.
My aunt had to go pick him up and, like, go bring him inside the house. But it like I said, it runs in the family, whatever. And that's where my addiction to alcohol comes from. And like
It's definitely something that runs in families for sure.
yeah, I mean, still to this day, like whenever something traumatic happens, I'll probably run alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when to stop, you know. And like I have a great
Well, and you've been able to put a lot of it into, like you said, your structure with your meal plans and your lifting and all that stuff.
exactly.
And,
I've gone to the gym drunk before, and it's not business, bro. So.
no, it's not good. I've never done that, but I've definitely done it
The pumps are
hungover.
insane, but like
You get pumps from it? Probably it's probably carbs.
Hey, did you used to follow that one redneck guy that used to?
Oh, I
lift and
fucking
drink
love him.
beers?
Huck Finn Barbell?
Yeah, that dude.
Dude, that guy is still one of my favorites.
Yeah. He's just fucking
Dude, he
American.
and I love pro wrestling, so it's
Yeah.
like I love how much he loves pro wrestling, and you can
Exactly.
see it in all his shit. Dude, this is actually really good. Like it's got
Yeah.
that warm, it's like
Definitely makes me feel warm on a cool day.
yeah, but no,
Yeah,
Huck
speaking
Finn
about
Barbell is
wrestling,
the shit, dude.
Yeah, bro. I was talking about it with somebody that was
Pro wrestling?
on your podcast. I think it was like Brandon or something.
Yeah, Brendan was great, dude.
And we were talking about like the WWF and like WWE and like who are our favorite characters, right? And it was
Yeah,
like,
so who's your faves, dude?
it's a tie, right? I mean, like I fucked with Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie
He
Guerrero
used
was
to come
the
out in
best.
the lowriders, right?
Dude,
That
he
was
would do
my
that
shit.
thing where he would like shake his fucking
Yeah.
and they paired him with China, and he would call her Mamacita and all that shit, dude. That was like the best.
But I fucked with the Hardy Brothers.
Yeah, they're
The
good.
Hardy Brothers are crazy, right? And like growing up, I used to like all
Jeff
my
Hardy
friends-
was the shit, dude.
Yeah. All my friends were white, so it was just like I fucked with the Hardy Brothers,
Yeah.
and I was like, they were.
Well, they had that cool style too. Like when they first came and they started like coming out with those kind of pants on with the
Yeah.
belts, and then Jeff Hardy would start doing the face paint, and he'd be wearing like fishnet shit and like
Yeah. Rob Van Dam was dope, dude.
RVD,
Yeah.
RVD.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that shit was great. Oh, so
Came out
you watched it in that great era.
Hell yeah.
That was a
bro.
good era, bro.
When,
Like-
when they turned WWF to WWE and the shit turns WWE SmackDown and shit. And
Oh, it was
WWE
great.
Raw.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great, dude. So that was a good era, man.
Yeah.
Like, God, there was some cool shit.
Growing up watching that, it's dope that like there's still guys out there that grew up on that shit. I grew up on like, see, I was like all over the place. Like I said, man, Power Rangers, Pokemon, WWE. Like
Right.
I was all over the place.
Yeah, that shit's cool. No, Power Rangers was dope, too. I remember my cousin was big into that
I
shit.
fucked with the Power Rangers.
Which
heavy.
one was your
I still
favorite?
watched it. I mean, the originals.
So
like
was it...
Ivan Ooze,
Because there was the red one, the green one, and then they brought the white one in.
the green one, because he was the villain and then he turned good. I like the villain one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Tommy, when he was a villain, was dope, bro. And yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. Ah, that's so good shit.
And I remember everybody fucked with him, but he was just hella mean to everybody. Like there's that one scene where Kim was trying to.
But was he like a badass?
Yeah.
That's why they fucked with him, because he was so good.
Yeah.
Dude, man, that's so great, like nostalgia and shit.
Yeah, man.
I get a lot of people on here. We start talking about like old stuff from when you were a kid, shows and all that. Man, like we were all lucky. We grew up in such a like thriving era of like creativity
Evolution.
and shit. Yeah, the evolution of like pop culture.
Yeah, the internet.
Oh man, yeah.
I was super big on RuneScape, bro. Like I don't know, man. I was a gamer. I
Yeah.
spent days and days on RuneScape, bro.
We
I remember like I hope nobody from that place calls me, but I remember I used to go to my mom's work, right? And like
Yeah.
the only way to get a membership to this game, right, is you had to call it in.
on the phone.
Yeah, and they'll give you like a pin that you
Okay.
put into like the website. And I used to run over, and they charged you. It was $10.99. It was $10.99 a membership, right? So I would call them from my mom's work, right?
And so they were getting charged. Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
genius, though, as a kid.
I mean, it was fucked up, right? I was just a kid, though, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you're just a kid,
I'll
yeah.
fucking pay him back all that money if, like, some shit happened, but...
No, but that's funny as fuck, dude. Like, nah, I love that stuff, dude. We used to just play a lot of wrestling games.
Yeah. I had all those, too, because I remember...
Like SmackDown versus Raw and all that. Like,
yeah, for my 12th birthday, my mom got me a PS2, bro. And
PS2 is the shit.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I still got that at the house.
Yeah, Pro Skater.
I had all the PlayStations.
What were all the best PS2 games?
I played Crash a lot. I played, there was like the surfing game I used to play.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, of course, was top tier.
Right. There was a lot of cool games, dude.
Yeah,
Like
all the WWEs were on there.
They were so good on there, yeah. We'd play those all night, like to like, you know, stay up all night. I remember my buddy Brad was like living in, when we were in college, we would literally just play that all night. We'd go to his sister's place and like fucking throw the controller and all that shit. That was great. I'd get so pissed, you know, like fuck.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, PS2 was awesome. And then like Guitar Hero came out. I remember, you know, I think that was like what the first.
See, I was never good at those games, right? I'm
it's
not
like click,
good
click,
at
click,
art
click, click,
or
click,
like
click,
fast
click,
clicking,
click.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't have the hand-eye coordination.
I think I could do level 2 okay. Yeah. And it's funny because I play real guitar.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how those guys do it. Like when you get into those high levels and they're just like fucking all over that thing and they're clicking away.
Gliding all over the place.
Yeah, some people get so fucking good at that, man. But then there was like, I'm trying to think of like really cool PS2 games. I remember like, this one was called Gun. That was like, it was kind of like Red Dead.
Yeah.
But it was like an early one. So like, you just like, you're basically riding a horse and shit and like stealing shit and stagecoaches and all that shit. Like kind of like Red Dead.
Splinter Cell too was like Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh
all
yeah,
those shooting
dude.
games, bro. I was big on the shooting games, man, because that's like all my uncles played growing up. They had like all the Xboxes and shit. You know
that shit's actually kind of good for you, like hand-eye coordination and all that stuff. Yeah. I guess I can't remember. I was just listening to a podcast where somebody was talking about actually playing video games is kind of more beneficial than like watching TV or like
and you're working your brain.
Well, it helps you relax, but it's in a way that's you're still like kind of like gaining skills and shit, like problem solving. So you're like using your brain, and anytime you're like doing problem solving with your brain, you know, you're creating like neural pathways and everything.
Absolutely.
So you're strengthening it. So it's like I hate kind of like shitting on, you know, people that play video games because it's like Brendan was saying he likes doing that shit too. I think it's healthy, like a little bit. You know,
I have my gaming setup still just in case one day I want to fuck around and just hop back on. You know,
it's kind of like you might want to do it, but you probably just don't have a lot of time right now.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like I spent hella money on my gaming setup. I got like the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
I got a fucking $1,200 monitor, Astro gaming headphones, tournament ready.
I saw some of that shit. Yeah, you posted some of that. Yeah. So you got the setup, bro.
Yeah, bro. And like I have a 4K fucking screen, and like I don't know if you're gonna know any of this, but it shoots out 144 hertz per second, or it's 144 frames per second, so it can keep up with my 4K.
No shit.
And it does the output of the Xbox, so it's pretty decent.
Yeah, so you get into that tech stuff, which honestly I feel like that probably helps you with the photography thing.
I mean, it correlates.
Kind of correlates in a sense.
It correlates just like when you're messing around with settings, so you can know like what each setting does, right? But like, if you were to ask me like certain adjustments in like the camera, I probably wouldn't know what to tell you.
But that's just
I
another.
Just shoot, dude. Literally.
Yeah, but that's something you're still like learning. You know.
When it comes to like, I can't explain it. When it comes to shooting, I like literally. I just point, shoot, and if I don't like the photo, I'll edit a couple of settings, and then just shoot again. And if I like it, then I'll take it back to the house, put it on the iPad, and edit it.
Yeah, but I think the cool thing, I think the value thing is like what you said about just going out and doing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like even like if you're going to be like a personal trainer, you actually can't get good at it till you like have your first client and actually try to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like
and that's why I'm not trying to shit on like hella people, but like in these last couple of years, we had an influx of personal trainers. Yeah,
let's hear about it, dude. I know you were making some posts about it. I'm going to be one of those dudes pretty soon. Like,
well, that's okay, bro. And, like, that's dope. Like, follow your dreams and do what
but
you
it's
need
kind
to
of
do.
also like I'm not going to go out there and be like, hey, I can coach you to get into the Emerald Cup. Like that's not. I'm not going to like go out and pretend I could like get somebody to like the level that Jordan can for like a bodybuilding show. I have no experience in that. But what I can do is just like take like a lady that works at Microsoft and she's 40. I can help her with her diet and exercise. You know, like I call it like regular people type of thing. You know, like with those kind of people,
Help
I think
regular people out.
I think I can definitely help. You know, and I'm going to take my NASM class, or I have that test on the 21st.
Bro, I bought that. I bought that like a year and a half ago. And
If you want a study guide, I got a study guide that's like pass it in 30 days.
Just give me the cliff notes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I did all the studying with their thing, but then I was like, I saw this guy that was selling these, you know, and it's kind of a scam too because he's just trying to make money too. But he sells a study guide, and then I also got a free study guide. Yeah. And they're really good because it's like this is actually the shit you need to know to pass it. Because there's a lot of bullshit that you don't even, you know, they give you so much shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good study guide if you want it, because then you only have to like you could call them up and schedule your tests. I think it's only like $100 and some. So you know you study the study guide, go back, call them, take the test, bam,
It's like
you got it.
$500 for the course, and then you got to pay $60 for the test.
Yeah, but if you've already bought the course once, all you need to do is pay for the test. I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so all you need is a retest. I think that's only like $150 or something.
Yeah.
So there you go, dude. You could add that to your arsenal, you know. But
the
yeah,
thing about
let's
it,
hear
right,
your point about this coaching.
There's so many personal trainers out, right? And like, not to like shit on like half of the personal trainers, but like when I go up and try to find somebody to train me, I'm not looking if they're decked out. I'm not like or like buff or
right.
I'm looking to see if they're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the influx that we've had, it just like they did one show, placed 5th.
And then they
And
became
now all of a sudden they're personal trainers that are teaching other people how to get 5th place.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense, right?
Well, it's kind of like you said. It's I don't know. It's kind of like if I all of a sudden said, "Hey, I can teach you how to like win a powerlifting competition, and I can teach you how to like do men's physique." Like I can't teach people how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can teach people how to like do their macros and do meal plans and give them basic workouts. Like I can do that much.
Yeah.
But that's general population. That's general health. I'm not going to pretend I'm like Jordan or one of these other people, but it's like you got to start somewhere. So that's my goal.
Absolutely. And I think like the place for everybody, every personal trainer to start, right, is basic anatomy. I feel like as a personal trainer, you need to know what each body part does and how to move it.
Dude, like if you look at all those books there, that's what I got all that shit for too.
Exactly.
Dude,
like,
I have so many good books there. You'd shit. Like it's like
and anatomy is a fun class, bro. Like I took that shit at LW Tag. It's a fun class.
I even have applied
It's like
kinesiology.
I
gotta
it's learning how the body works, bro. It's like learning every body part. It's like if you really like fitness, you want to know how the body works, and you're actually intrigued by how some.
Well, and I got this book from this dude that it's basically the same place that I bought that study guide for NASM, and he had a book, How to Become a Great Personal Trainer. And I mean, that's basically what he's saying is the stuff you're saying. He's like complaining about the fitness industry and how like he's like trainers don't even know basic anatomy. They don't even know, like he's pretty disappointed. And so that's why I like his material, because it's like he has a good resources, and it's this it's Show Up Fitness if anybody wants to check it out. But I don't know, the dude, you know, and he's got like his degree in kinesiology, and he's very educated, and he believes that personal training should be a lot more. He thinks it should be harder than just like taking a fucking NASM test, like a multiple choice question, and then all of a sudden you're a personal trainer. You know?
Yeah, I feel like people should be in the field.
Yeah, but we do know some great ones around here for sure.
I feel like people should have to. It should be like shadowing people. Like
they should have to work under somebody else first, get so many hours under them.
And like shout out to the people that are at LA Fitness. That's like what a lot of people I know at LA Fitness are.
They start there first.
Yeah, they start at like big block name gyms, and then
they put in their time.
Yeah.
Because that sucks to start.
Unless you have like, see, this is where like it all ties into social media, right? Because like if you have a big social media following, and you post personal training, like some people just want to get personal training so they have somebody to talk to. Like,
oh, dude,
you know
that's most personal trainers I talk to. tell me that that's like majority of their job.
Yeah, is they just want somebody.
They just want somebody to talk to for an hour.
That knows nothing about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's like so my neighbor here too. He's done that too. He's in real estate, but he's also a personal trainer, and he's like, man, he's like half my job when I train people is literally just like they just talk to me for an hour.
Yeah.
He's like, I hand them some weights, they do a little bit of this, and
keep them engaged,
Yeah, keep them engaged, and that's all they really want out of it. But I mean, if I train people, I want to do a good job.
Exactly, and I feel like everybody should have that point of view. Like with my photography, right? Like I'm giving it out for free.
Yeah.
But why? Because I want to get better.
Well, right, and that's what I thought about too. Is like even like there was a kid at Eastside Gym who's like, just kind of asking me questions about certain stuff, and he's a younger kid. And I know he doesn't have any money for a trainer.
Hey, real quick, can I vape in here?
Oh yeah, as long as it's just a vape. But I'm like, bro, like if he wants to train for free, like I'll help him out for free just so I can get the experience, or like.
And that's the main thing, right? And that's the way to do it, right? Because.
Well, that's why I loved what you did with the photography thing. I'm like, that is so smart to do it. Like obviously, you kind of put out into the ether like, yo, this is not going to be free forever.
Exactly.
But it is like, hey, I'm just learning. Right, I'm just learning how to do this. So like, honestly, it's like I'm paying you to get good at my craft by giving you this for free.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I feel like that's super valuable.
I've gave pictures out like when I first started that I'm like, oh, I wish I could redo those. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because you've already gotten better.
I've talked to a lot of people in the photography industry, and like, you'll always feel that way.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But me, like as a layman, looking at your stuff, it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like the closest thing I have to that is wrestling or music. Yeah. And no matter how good you get at it, you'll watch your stuff back and be like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's always a way
like
to get better.
Like you get at a certain level, and then I'll like go back and watch a match that I remember being a good match, and I'll be like, God, when I chopped him, that looked so pussy.
Yeah.
Be like, why didn't I lay that in? Yeah. Like everything else looked good in that match. Ooh, that looked good. But I go and I chop a guy, and like in the match it seemed like I chopped him hard, but I'm watching it back. I'm like, oh, bro, you gotta lay those in.
Hey, when like you're in your dream and you try to punch somebody in your dream and it doesn't feel
it's like slow motion. Yeah.
It's like, why am I not punching him hella hard?
Dude, yeah, that's weird. Some of that shit from dreams, dude. We had a dude on here that was talking about paranormal shit, dude. That was creepy. Like he's all into like ghosts and all that shit.
Which I completely believe in.
I'm open to it, dude. You should have heard him. Like the stuff he was talking about, it was so. I actually think I'm having another girl on here that does a podcast on paranormal and like serial killers and stuff. I think she's gonna be on here sometime in December, but. I actually kind of dig that shit.
Yeah,
it's fun, dude. Even if it's like
fun to watch too.
Well, and then we were kind of joking around. Like he gave me some like these like dowsing rod things that are supposed to pick up spirits, whatever. I don't know how, whatever. But then he had that EVP recorder, like, and so I'm like joking around, like, hey, if there's any ghosts in here, show yourself. And we're talking about that Ghost Adventure show where the guy's kind of a bro.
Yeah.
His name is Zach Baggins. Remember, like. Ghost Adventures.
I might remember.
And he kind of like has a style. He kind of looks like a bro, like he lifts and shit. And he's like, sometimes he gets like aggressive with the ghost. So like that's what I was doing. I had the thing. I'm like, look, bro, if you're in here, fucking show yourself, you pussy. Like, come on, you ghost pussy. Let's fuck. And I was joking like for the podcast to make it. But then afterwards, I was like, dude, can we like cleanse the area or some shit? Like, I don't want to. Like, what if there really was a ghost in here and I was just like talking shit to it?
Yeah.
And the whole time it's been fine with me here, but all of a sudden I'm calling it a pussy and shit. Yeah. So it's like I don't know if I believe in it, but I must kind of believe in it because I was kind of like, bro, we gotta like. So he had some salts and shit and like did this thing to like cleanse the room afterwards, but like.
Yeah, bro.
There's people, they make money doing that shit, dude.
So my grandma was like really big on spirits, right? And like, my grandma is like really one of the main reasons why I believe in God and like higher power or whatnot. And like my grandma has never led me wrong.
Yeah.
So of course I'm gonna believe in it because she believes in it.
Well, and that's the thing, dude, is like if you do believe in it, like it's completely tied to religion because I mean that's the way that they. Like, if he's going to cleanse this room, that it's through, like, the light of God. Yeah. Like, that's what they believe in. So it's like, because whatever these spirits are,
sage.
They're, like sage. He had this black salt, stuff like that. But it's like, it's definitely hand in hand because it's like evil entities. So the way to like,
Yeah.
and if you do have a ghost or something, like the way that they get rid of it is they have somebody that's religious come in and basically cleanse the room. Like you said, sage.
Bro, I had a girl that I was dating that had that like saged everything. It was like hella big into tarot cards or whatever the fuck. And,
Dude, that shit's cool. I'd like to get a tarot card reading.
yeah, those are kind of fire. So like,
Yeah.
So my girl currently, right? Her brother's hella into like tarot card reading.
It's
So
it's
I
creepy
let
though.
him, like, yeah, exactly. Because like,
It's kind of like I want to do it, but I also like if I'm gonna die or something, I don't want to know.
and like one of my biggest things too is like he's hella big into astrology. And,
Yeah.
bro,
What's
like,
your sign, bro?
So I am a Taurus, whatever. I'm a Taurus, Aries, Scorpio.
Oh no shit. So Taurus is your main sign, and then what? You have like your moon sign.
Yeah,
And like,
and then my rising is a Scorpio.
yeah, because I'm like a Capricorn, but my like moon is a Leo,
Yeah,
and something like it's crazy, dude. But all my friends are like, bro, you're such a Capricorn. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I just don't. I feel like don't fucking go after me, guys. But I feel like astrology is just diet racism.
In what way?
So I feel like you're judging people off what the stars are telling you.
Yeah.
And like,
Isn't that weird? Like, what if
the KKK was judging black people off their color? Why are
Skin
you judging
color.
me off my
like the
star
date
signs?
that you were born?
It's just diet racism, bro.
Yeah, that's funny because if you think about it, dude, like it really could have nothing to do with who this person is, and now you're like, well, I can't, or like even if you're trying to date, you're like, nah, she's a whatever, so I'm not gonna like get in.
I don't know.
That's weird, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what if it has nothing to do with anything?
Exactly.
You know,
And, like my girl's hella big in astrology, and like I don't really care, right? Because like some of the shit she be saying is true. Like sometimes
you ever
I
see
am
some of those
stubborn.
fucking memes where they're like, it's like a girl telling a guy like, or it's like the guy saying like, yeah, she told me I'm, and he like says it totally wrong,
Yeah,
like
I'm an
so fucking.
asparagus.
I'm an asparagus or shit like that. Yeah, yeah, dude, that shit's funny.
Or like Mercury's in Gatorade.
In Gatorade, yeah, that's what those are, dude. They're fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No, I love that shit. Memes and shit. That's one thing. That's one thing I love about the internet.
Yeah, memes are huge, bro.
Comedy memes, like
I can scroll on TikTok for hours.
yeah.
I've done it. Like during COVID, like I had to delete the app for a little.
Yeah,
bit 'cause I
TikTok's
was on there for
addicting,
like
dude.
7 hours one night, and like the sun was coming up, and I was like, whoa.
I'm lucky. I don't get too into that TikTok stuff.
No, I
Like
do.
Instagram's bad. I'll just scroll on there all the time.
Especially when I'm on prep because it makes me not focus on like being hungry.
How hungry you are and wanting
Yeah.
food, dude.
So like whenever I see like reels, I'll just scroll.
Well, there's some
Get lost.
funny shit, dude. I remember someone was sending me even like talking about scary shit. Like, there's some fun like scary shit on there. Like, if you want to watch
Oh, yeah,
like
creepypastas, bro.
yeah, creepypastas and shit, dude. I
Creepypastas are my
fucking
shit,
love
bro.
that shit.
Yeah, like scary stories. And
You
it's
ever
just,
hear like the backwards man or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's so
Bro,
creepy.
there's like a guy on YouTube. He's like creepypasta or something. Like all he does is creepypastas, and he has like the voice for it.
There's another one like the smiling man. Remember that one?
Yeah, there's
Dude, I love that shit.
There's a few, or like the lady that was like in there was a lady that was trapped into, or they had all these guys stay up for as long as possible,
Yeah,
and they went crazy,
right.
and like they tried to get the last one. Like most of them killed themselves, but the last one he stayed alive.
Just from sleep
yeah,
deprivation.
and then he pretended to be like asleep or dead, and then he went in, killed everybody.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah,
That sounds
bro.
like a
And
good
then
one.
like he got away. Like,
Dude, I love that shit.
yeah, bro.
Creepy stories, I don't know why, they're so
Creepypastas
fun.
are crazy, bro. And I used to watch those in the dark because like there's nothing that's gonna flash out after you. You know
No,
what
but
I'm
you
saying?
watch it in the dark before you go to
Yeah.
bed, and it's so creepy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's these ones on YouTube called The Back Rooms. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't. You might have to send me that because creepypastas are dope.
The
bro.
back rooms
Like,
are creepy. It's like, it's weird because it's like, it's basically like, it starts out with like, it's like a cameraman. So he's like, basically, you're the cameraman. So, and he's like, they're filming like a horror movie, but it's like, looks like just some kids like making a little fun horror movie, really low budget, and he's like filming it. So there's some dummy with like a mask on, and it's like looks all super low budget, but he's got the camera, and they're trying to make this movie, and he accidentally like falls through this crack or something, and ends up in this weird room, and he tries to like get the attention. He can't get his buddies. He's way too far down. He still has the camera, and it's like this weird room of like all these corridors and hallways. And so, like, it's creepy because you're, like, the camera, and then you're, like, there's something so creepy about, like, him. He's walking down all these, you know, when there's hallways and you don't know what's around the corner. And anyways, yeah, I'd have to say, but it builds a suspense, and then he ends up seeing this, like, I won't ruin it. I'll just send it to you. But it's so creepy, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know.
They have like creepy pastas on like the dark net and shit, and like I hired a hitman to kill me, and like he was just leading this hitman in like circles, and then finally like the hitman ends up killing him, but he hired a hitman to kill the hitman too.
Holy shit!
It was fucking. It's like crazy circles, bro. It's like a 3-part creepypasta. It's a good way to waste 3 hours.
I would watch that because I love creepypastas.
It's like 3 hours, bro. It's like 3 series. It's crazy.
Right, I think that's how these corridor ones are too. Like when you watch the first one, it's good, but then they have like 10 more, and they're all creepy. But you know, the thing is, like, way better to recycle this than plastic. There's already too much plastic in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, and they taste good. So.
But yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we get this weird thing where, like, when you're bodybuilding or on a meal plan, you know, you can't have anything. So it's like, the one thing we can have that's fun is like, so like black coffee. So I got into like, because, you know, like, you can't, like, we like having like things, you know, like stuff you can like snack on or whatever, but we can't snack because we're on a meal plan.
Yeah.
So I can't go get like a bag of like chips and have fun and do like, but I can have like a liquid death. Or I can make like this Bones Coffee Company, dude. Like I actually just got some more because their flavors are so cool. Like, you know, that's like mint chocolate chip over there. There's cotton candy. There was like s'more flavor. Like they got cool, dope flavors. So I like it. But it's like no sugar. It's just black coffee, but it's infused with this flavor. So it's like
protein ice cream's good too, bro.
Oh, where do you get that?
Hey, bro, you just make it with protein.
Oh yeah, I do that all. Like every time I have my protein, I literally just mix it up. I never even do it in a shake anymore. Yeah. But that gets dangerous too. I could binge on that.
Oh, bro, it was a way for me to get out, bro.
Yeah.
I love
But I love it because it's like having
sweets, bro.
It makes you feel like you're having cookie dough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like my main thing, right, is like I love sweets, bro.
Yeah, so I made the mistake of getting into this, and shout out to this company because it was good. It's called King Line Nutrition.
Yeah.
They make like protein cookie dough.
Yeah.
And it is really good, but I couldn't have it around because I would just eat too much of it.
Yeah.
So it's like comes in powder form, you know, and you put it in a bowl and then you mix in a little water. Oh. And like, so I would be like, oh, you know, I'll have this on my cheat day, but it'd be like, I'd end up just like eating the whole fucking, you know, like, oh shit, I just ate like 2 bags of it. Which, honestly, if you are gonna binge, like that's not too bad because it's like, you know, if you eat 2 bags of that, it's like
probably bad on your kidneys.
But it's so hard on your digestive system and shit, dude. You can't be having that much powdered shit, like. But I mean, it's low calorie, so it was like okay. But so I stopped buying it. I'm like, I can't have this around. Yeah. You know, it's like. But I can have coffee and liquid deaths. So.
Yeah, my main thing was whenever I'm on prep, I just like stack up on veggies. I'm big on sauces. Anything to just add flavor.
Yeah, sauces are big. So like my thing now is I've gotten into having the air fryer.
You're late, bro.
Yeah. So tell me about air fryers, dude. You like the air fryer, dude?
Bro, air fryers are like. So when I'm like on prep, right, I get like Weber's garlic sriracha, and I just dice up some chicken.
You want any more of this shit?
No, I'm good.
No, just
I just fucking throw it on some chicken. I'll throw it in the air fryer for like 15 minutes, and bro, it comes out like so crispy chicken, like little chicken nuggets.
So what is it? It's McCormick Weber's. Okay.
Garlic sriracha, bro, and like it's bomb. And then like I'll make like a stir fry, and then I'll add like some coconut aminos or something.
Yeah.
You know, and then just
air fryer just rules.
Yeah, it's the fastest way because you could be doing some other shit while your meal is cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it shuts off when it's done. No, it's like nice because it's safe too. Like if you leave the stove up, you got to watch it. But I even put like if I'm on like chicken and rice right now, I'll just take the chicken and rice and throw it in there and like let it get crispy.
Yeah, the right
rice when it's crispy, dude, it tastes like a fucking snack. It's like
it's
so good.
It's just like rice cakes or anything.
Oh, it's so good, dude. But so yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. I've been really good again. Like I said, after I got lean, I kind of like, I don't know, I got into too many sweet things.
Yeah. Well, that's.
And the thing was, like after I got lean, it was like, I was so lean for a while that I could like have a day where I would eat a bunch of sweet shit and it didn't even like make me
But
that.
that's where it fucks with you, right? Because you don't notice it on your body.
That's
You're
the
like,
problem.
I can do it again.
It made me feel like I was invincible or some shit. And then I'm like, now I'm like, oh God, I got to get my shit together because I got the show coming up. So like the last couple weeks I've been back on point, which is good.
Yeah.
But I realized like we get this weird thing where like, it's right. It gives you this idea that you're like invincible.
Yeah.
And you're fucking not.
Exactly.
So like it's like you like, well, I can do that. Look at I'm fucking lean now.
Exactly.
I can get away with that. It's like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
so I learned my lesson. It was another learning experience for me. I'm like, oh, like you don't. It's kind of like the thing of like you realize in bodybuilding, and I think this is how true of life too. Is like we want to have our cake and eat it too type of shit. Like nothing is free. So like if you want the good body, there's no shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. Like, so it's like if you want something, you have to put in the work to get it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's like, no, you can't have your protein cookie dough and still be lean. I'm sorry. Like,
exactly.
It's just not going to work, bro. Like, so I had to learn my lesson. Like, I just got to stick with my meal plan. And
yeah, for me, man, it's like, so for me getting lean, right, something always comes up when a show is about to happen, right?
Well, you got injured.
The first time, right, COVID hit.
Right.
So, like, I couldn't.
So there's no shows.
And then the second time, I decided not to do the show, whatever.
Yeah.
Third time, I got injured and I fucking tore my shit. And then the
How's that doing?
Fourth time, I found out that I have a autoimmune disease and a skin disease.
So what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that diet?
That and like I'm taking Humira right now, which is fucking pretty bad. But
what's the negatives about it?
well, the positives outweigh the negatives, but like I just don't focus on the negatives or like what it does to you because if it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it. But I'd rather live.
But you have to have it, yeah.
Especially because with all the supplements, quote unquote, that I use to get however big or whatever.
Right, trust me, bro. I got my blood work done, and like I was super healthy, except for they're like your creatinine levels are like way high. Yeah. So I'm like, they're like your kidneys are probably fine, but I'm like I know it's because I'm the supplements I take, and then I'm like taking fucking pre-workout like crazy.
Yeah. I don't even take like caffeinated pre anymore, bro.
That's smart, dude. I don't know how to stop.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, like I take Adderall too. I'm prescribed Adderall. So
yeah, okay.
I wake up to an Adderall in the morning, and then that's how I like jumpstart my day. And
yeah.
I go do my workouts.
You gotta start writing, dude. People writers take that shit.
Bro, I'm fucking terrible at writing. Like I said, bro, I'm an overthinker, so I jump to shit, even on Adderall.
So if you started writing, it'd be like all over the board.
Exactly. I can't ever like focus on like one thing.
Yep.
It's always super sporadic.
So that's probably why you like the structure of bodybuilding.
Yeah, it
keeps you on point.
It gives me something that I can't.
You can't jump around on. You have to do it. You have to complete it.
Yeah, it's the only thing structured in my day.
Right.
It's like my whole day.
So how were the preps for you when you did them? You got super lean.
Bro.
They're tough though.
They're difficult. I mean, I've never been like below 10%.
Yeah.
But like when I'm at 11%, I'm still like 238.
Which is good, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot of lean mass.
I think the last time that I got my body fat checked, I was 238.4 at like 10.8%.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
So that's a high weight with a low body fat. So that's a lot of lean mass, dude.
Yeah, but I'm also 6 foot, man, and my legs were bigger.
Right.
Which I'm working on growing my legs right now. I'm working with Dom at Body Shop, and
he's a leg guy.
Bro, he fucking got somehow, like, I've hired doctors, I've hired personal fucking physician or like physical therapists, fucking
because of the injury,
ART chiropractors, massage therapists, all to try and help me get my knee to bend past 90 on a fucking squat or a fucking hack squat, and they couldn't do it for like the last year and a half, but Dom did it in a day.
No shit, how'd he do it?
He was working on like my lower back and then like super deep in my hip, and then like did some work on my quad and hamstrings, and then stretched it and like kept stretching it, and then like told me to take like breaths and breaths and breaths, and then all of a sudden like he's like, come hop on the hack squat with me.
Yeah.
And he put 2 blocks in between my legs, so my stance was hella close. It was about that far apart, and then he's like, when you go down, focus on squeezing your knees together.
Okay.
So, like, I'm supposed to squeeze my knees together, so, like, my whole quads were engaged, right?
Yeah.
And I went down, and there was no pain.
That's so
and
weird.
I couldn't bend past 90 for, like, a year and a half. So, it's a wrap.
And now you still can bend past 90?
No, yeah.
Since that?
So, I did leg day the day after, and I told him how it went, and he was like, that's good. I told him that there was like a little stretch and like lower back pain on my right side and my hip. It was like, that's just
that makes sense. So yeah.
So,
dude, yeah. So him and Kyle, I watched their leg days and it's crazy. Like, they were on here once actually, and we lost the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like. So when I first started, I was having all this trouble where like, I would have a guest on and then I would think it's saved, but it would like drop the episode. It would just like not fucking save it.
Yikes.
And so that's when I got this OBS, which is what I use now, and I've never had that problem since. But so the Mac was really bad if you use like, what is it, fucking QuickTime or Photo Booth. It would just drop. It would lose them. Yeah. And so I get a guy here. Hey, can you take 3 hours out of your day and talk? And like Dom and Kyle, they were so good and so knowledgeable, and they talked for like 3 hours, dude. And when they talked, it was like. So I usually go around like 2 hours or so. Yeah. They did 3 hours and it was like no time had passed. Like it just like flew by because they were so good. And then like they leave and I'm like, oh bro, it didn't save the episode. So that happened to me like 4 times, and then I finally got this OBS, which it works fucking.
Yeah, it happened
great.
with Mark too.
Happened with Mark too. So like that was another point where like when you're starting something, and it's probably. So anything, if you're doing your photography, anybody starting anything, don't stop in those first like whenever you hit those first few snags, you got to keep going.
Bro, my second week in photography, I was like, bro,
I'm quitting.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this shit.
Well, I wanted to quit. I'm like, I can't even like save a fucking podcast. I was like, but I'm glad I didn't quit now.
Like my first shoot at Body Shop, I was like, man, the lighting is making my camera hella bad. Da, da, da. And like they were like, people have done photography in here before, and I was like, you're fucking right. I was like, I could do this shit.
Yeah, so you were like blaming the lighting in the body shop.
And it was really just me and not knowing what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I like not to say that I know what I'm doing right now, because I definitely can't explain to you what I'm doing.
Right.
But
you're learning.
I'm in my mind, I know what to do to fix problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is how it gets, man. I mean, you'll just figure it out by trial and error. Yeah. It's like
and that's super big. And like the one suggestion I can give to anybody, right, that's like been putting off something that they're like really passionate about or like want to get into, right, is just do it. Just fucking do it, right? You might not be good at it when you start, just like personal training, right? Just do it. Don't charge for it. Practice.
Actions,
you know, like practice, learn, invest time into what you're building, because a lot of people don't invest the time outside, and they'll just, like for instance, photography, they'll take the photos, but they won't learn how to edit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they
and that's a bigger part of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they won't take time to learn.
Like you can have the eye for photography, but you got to like learn how to edit.
Yeah. Like it's one thing too, because like I can't even ask people to take pictures of me because like I don't like the angles that they're shooting at. But when I take pictures of people, right, I'm all over the place. I'm taking angles down here, over here, over
so
there.
So dude, you know what that is? That's you got like the Dave Grohl thing going on.
What's that?
So Dave Grohl is like was the drummer of Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then after Kurt Cobain died, he became the lead singer guitarist of the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
But the problem was like, so then they went to like record their first album. Well, he recorded the first album himself, and then he put the band together. And so he's out on the road, but he's a drummer for Nirvana. So he's like a really good drummer.
I'm going to put this over here so it doesn't.
Right. And then so he, he gets a drummer and he's playing guitar, but they go into studio to record like their second album. It's the first album that there's going to be, the drummer's going to drum on.
Yeah.
And he's like, because he's a drummer, he's like, this isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So he like went in and re-recorded all the drummer's drum tracks because he's like Dave Grohl, a drummer. Yeah. So it's like that's what you got going on with photography.
But
like,
there's no way I can do that for myself.
You can't do it for yourself though. So like,
so I just gotta like I said, man. I posted it on my Instagram. It's like whoever wants to just like come with me and I'll teach them how to use a camera.
Well, so you need to find a photographer that you actually like, respect them as much as your own work.
Well,
that's what you'd have to do.
Bro. I mean, like I feel like I can I feel like I can teach somebody how to point and shoot easily.
Oh, so you want
How
to
to
teach
take
somebody,
light.
and then you'll do the editing.
Yeah.
Then you can do your own shit.
The editing part is the funnest part, bro, for me.
Yeah.
Because that's where I can get really creative.
Right.
When I edit, right, I try to set the tone of how they were feeling during that workout. You know what I'm saying? So like if they're not talking to me or they're kind of skittish, I like normally it's like from rear angles or like the edits are like really dark, which is mostly at Body Shop because I just tell people to ignore me while I'm shooting.
Mm-hmm. But you're trying to capture the essence of it.
Exactly.
With the editing.
I'm trying
The
to
mood.
portray that in the photo itself.
Right. So it's actually an art.
Yeah.
You're putting in like emotion into it.
That's what I'm trying to do. At
Yeah.
least. Absolutely.
That's cool though, man. Like, that's better than if you're just like, oh, I just take pictures.
Exactly.
Because like you want an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And like I've never considered myself an artist in any aspect, but when it comes to this photography shit, I feel like it's something that I can build on.
yeah.
I've never been good at drawing. I've never been good at fucking music. I mean, I learned
But
how
the
to
way
play
you're talking
cross
about
buttons back in the day.
Dun, 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 yeah.
Yeah, on the flute.
Oh shit, dude. Fucking,
Back in the day, but
damn, that's
yeah.
old school shit.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That
fucking-
was like music class back in the day.
Yeah, dude. Our music teacher, she used to always like be drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like there was a lot of those kind of teachers.
I
back
think
in
she
the
got
day.
fired for it.
Probably.
Yeah, she used to always have this like big thing, like a big like tumbler.
Yeah.
And, like nobody knew it
I
was
feel
in
like
there.
I know teachers now that are doing like people I went to school with. that
I
are
mean,
teachers
can you
that-
blame her, dude? She's a music teacher. Like, fuck it, drink.
I feel like okay, when it comes to the music industry though, I feel like people. So like let's just go base The Weeknd, right?
yeah,
like,
listen to the Weeknd.
The Weeknd's The House of Balloons, like all his best albums was when he was not fucking sober or fucking was still doing drugs.
Yeah, man.
Like there's just people that are just like so much talented and they have so much emotion when they're on drugs, and it's like a terrible thing to say, right?
Yeah, but it's a true thing of artists. So,
Yeah.
and it's not to say that those people, when they're talented, that they can't get clean and sober and still make great art because they can.
I mean,
But
The
they're-
Weeknd didn't, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's something about when you're going through it.
yeah,
You know, it's like when the rock star that writes great music, when he gets sober and he stops smoking weed, is he gonna write as good of shit? Or would Pink Floyd have made those albums if they weren't all on fucking
exactly.
psychedelics? And probably not.
Yeah,
And it probably wouldn't have been as good. And like, there's something to be said with like drugs and alcohol and artists going through some shit where they make their best stuff. There's just a correlation.
yeah.
I'm
Like-
not saying it's good that they're on that shit.
Some comedians do, like Cat Williams, bro. Like when he made the Pimp Chronicles, he was definitely cracked out.
Yeah, and it was some
And
of his
he-
greatest shit. Right?
Exactly. That whole like comedy special was one of his greatest shit, but he was cracked out.
That was like the one. That was like his biggest one, right? I think I watched that
Yeah.
like a bunch of times.
Yeah, bro. It's like one of the biggest.
That was like the one with the everyday I'm hustling, right? Yeah, hustling. Okay, I do remember that. Dude, that was some shit. That was like during the Bush administration. He went hard.
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. It's
That was
just
a
like-
classic, dude.
There's just something about it, like when, not to like disregard anybody's art in any way, shape, or possible, but like some people are just better off making art when they're fucked up.
Well, it's kind of like you remember Chris Farley, like the dude, he was the big fat dude from Saturday Night Live.
I feel like
So like Tommy Boy, Chris Farley, he was on so many drugs because his hero was John Belushi, and John Belushi died of drugs. And it's kind of like, or even Kurt Cobain, who killed himself, Nirvana. Like, so say that because Chris Farley died young and Kurt Cobain obviously killed himself. Say if they would have got to a point in their life where they actually got healthy, they probably wouldn't have been as good at their art as when they were fucked up. Like, there's no way Chris Farley, if he would have lost weight and like worked on all of his mental issues and stuff, he would not have been the same funny Chris Farley. I mean, I wish he would have, so he was still alive. But I guarantee he wouldn't be as funny as he was when he was fucked up and doing Matt Foley motivational speaker and all fucking coked out and
See,
and,
you know about the rock stars. I just know about the rap stars. Like Future, when he made fucking Thought It Was a Drought.
yeah.
When he was fucking Scottie Pippen's wife.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
He
made
was
a song
fucking
like,
Scottie
I
Pippen.
just fucked your bitch and some Gucci flip flops.
No shit.
Yeah, that was about Scottie.
Yeah, it's
Pippen's
like
wife.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, you're not gonna be saying that kind of shit if you're like
Like,
healthy.
he was hella drugged out. Like Thought It Was a Drought was like probably one of Future's like best albums.
Sweet,
And
I'm gonna add that to my
and, like
playlist.
Purple Rain, like they're like Future when he was fucking super drugged out was just dope.
So I've been trying to open myself up to more music lately. So like, I might add that to my playlist, dude.
I mean, it's like ATL rap, so like it's definitely a taste. And like I grew up on like Southern music, so
Well, if I put it on like some of my playlists and then I just listen to it at the gym, that's how I've been doing this. So like, I got to a point where, you know, I grew up with like, obviously I'm a white kid. I grew up with like rock music. I'm 37, and there's this
that's
weird.
cool, bro. I PR to Taylor Swift, so
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's this weird shit where like you get, there, you know, and my friends do it too. Like, oh, if it's not fucking Slipknot, it's fucking lame, and all. You know, like we get ourselves in these weird boxes about music, and so like, I've been trying to open myself up to like different music lately, and be because like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just gonna be like, you know, and I still love the shit I love, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, if it's not Metallica, it's fucking lame. Like, I just don't want to be that guy, you know. Like,
I stay open. I mean, like the Philippines, like they listen to like pop, rock, you know, rap music, soul music.
you
But
gotta
it's
be
big
open,
on R&B.
dude.
Like I'm like big on R&B.
Yeah.
That's like my music right there.
Well, that's probably relaxing, dude.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I don't know, man. I find like love interesting. So it's like
Right,
good to
there's
see
like this
people,
song,
like, broken hearted. Like people make some of their best music
when they're broken hearted, dude.
Like even country music. Like to me, like lately I've been like, oh, this is kind
I
of
like some country,
yeah,
dude.
this is kind of tight, you know.
Yeah, that heartbreaking song. Because someone posted this thing, like, I saw this thing, it was like, what's worse than heartbreak? And I was thinking, like, probably not much.
Yeah,
Like, even, like, death, sickness.
bro. I
Like,
think,
sometimes, like, getting your heart broken might be worse
Bro,
than, like, dying.
the withdrawals are probably worse. I mean,
Worse than drugs.
yeah.
And it's
I'm
a
not gonna say
mental
which
thing.
one,
It's a
but-
mental health thing.
Yeah, bro. Like you can't sleep. Like it's fucked up. You
Oh,
wake up
fuck.
For like 7 days, like getting an hour to a sleep. You know?
And once you've kind of been through it a few times, you, like, get pretty chill to it and you're fine. But, like, that first, when you're a kid and it happens the first couple
bro.
times, dude.
Yeah, I went on a straight binge, bro.
Yeah.
The first time I got my heart broken, I became a drug addict.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's not much that's actually worse than that.
Yeah, bro.
It's actually a worse thing than, like, death,
Yeah.
in a sense.
The gym brought me, like, heartbreak brought me to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why you always need a fresh heartbreak so you get, like,
Yeah,
gains.
You get those fucking sick.
I need to, like, fall in love quick so I can, like, my show, I'll just be a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting too complacent.
Hey man, that like those like TikToks about like heartbreaks and then working out. That's like the best.
You know, I need to get into some of that shit.
Like
Yeah.
literally, like a heartbreak will get you from fucking, you know, like fat to stage ready.
Oh,
in
dude,
16
it's one of
weeks.
the best
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
things
Like,
for motivation.
You don't want to do anything else.
You're like, I'm
but
gonna show
fucking
that fuck.
shit
yeah.
on
It's like-
shit on your ex. You know what I'm saying? That's literally all you want to do.
And you're like, I want her to see everything. I'm not blocking shit. She's gonna watch me, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that shit.
I don't think. Yeah, we don't block exes.
We don't block. We want them to see.
Yeah.
We want them to see how fucking successful we get without them, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna block shit.
As egotistical as that sounds, I don't block exes for that reason.
Oh, I don't block. I want them to see me.
Yeah, I want them to see me shine
Yeah.
because I know I will. It's embedded.
If I get like, you know, I just like got the leanest I've ever been. I want them to see that shit, dude. Like, come on.
Not just in the gym, bro. I'm gonna grow in every aspect after a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like
Sometimes it's the
fine.
best thing for you. It makes you like strive to become successful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember after heartbreaks, bro. I spent every day trying to grow financially, spiritually, like in
Yeah.
every way possible. You know what I'm saying?
It makes
Like,
you actually force yourself to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
deal with your shit because it's not always them. It's you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you see that toward like when you get broken up or you break up.
The worst guys are ones that don't realize that.
Exactly, and they just
Like,
go
that
back to
fucking
the
bitch.
streets.
That fucking bitch. It's all you know. It's
Yeah.
like if you didn't learn that it's your fault too, like you're not growing.
Yeah, bro, and like
Yeah.
they just go back to the streets and they just it's this negative circle that they go.
And it's always somebody else's fault, not theirs. Like I hate that shit, dude.
It's my last little heartbreak I went through, bro. It was quick. You know what I'm saying? I just knew like exactly
Yeah.
what I wanted and it was done.
I don't even. It doesn't happen to me anymore. I'm just like I'm dead inside.
You just cold hearted.
Nah, not really. I'm still open, you know, like. But yeah, I don't know. I think once you get through a few of them, it gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
But those first ones when you're a kid, dude, it's like, ouch.
Yeah, the last time, okay, so
Yeah.
like last year, I think, when I went through a little thing,
That was a bad one.
it wasn't that bad, bro, but like, Ali for sure took my mind off of it. Like, we were in Arizona like twice a month.
If you got a good friend, dude, that can help you through that
we were
shit.
like out partying. That shit was crazy, bro. Like,
I've helped friends through heartaches before.
yeah.
It's actually really important, honestly, like even...
Well, yeah, because like, when you're in a relationship, right, you like kind of like don't hang out with your friends that don't have girlfriends anymore. Like, they think like, oh, we can't even hang out with you because we don't want a third wheel. You know
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Like, I've been a third wheel so many times for these fuckers, and like, they don't want a third wheel with me, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Okay, I get
remember in like my friend group, like, it went from I was booed up to and everybody was single to I was single and everybody was booed up.
But you're like, I don't mind hanging out with couples. I don't mind it.
I don't either, bro. I mean, it's just less money for me to spend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I go out with my girl, it's like I like to pay for everything, you know?
Well, yeah. It's kind of like, it's just like that old-fashioned thing.
Yeah.
I got that in me, too, yeah.
It's just something about it, right? And it's like, if I want to take you out, I'm going to spend the money.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of why I'm like, you know, I say like, oh, I'm immune to heartbreak, but it's actually kind of like, I'm actually just at a point right now where I want to get so successful that can never happen to me again. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to get so successful. And
so you want some like Jeff Bezos money?
Well, I mean, yeah, but that'd be great. I don't know if I need that level, but I just want to be so successful that I have something to offer somebody. So like next time I decide to have a serious relationship, it's like more real and like maybe start a family type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like more serious.
I ask everybody this. So if you somehow just got $1 million tomorrow, what's the first thing you're going to buy?
God, dude, I would like, I don't know. I'd probably figure out a way to try to invest it because that's where I'm at right now. Like, how do I make money off of it?
Word.
That's what I'd go to somebody that knew what that's the first thing I'd do now. Yeah. If it's just like something fun,
Word. Cause
I'd just buy a bunch of fucking clothes, like fucking workout clothes and probably new podcast shit and some supplements and...
I'm probably gonna go buy a PB&J,
yeah,
and then go jack off, so I have some post-nut clarity.
Yeah, that's a smart route.
Before I spend dude, money, you know what I'm saying? Because, bro, like I was thinking about it, I can spend $1 million quick.
Well, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So that's why people that usually win the lottery, they have a poor person's mindset. Yeah. That's why they're poor. Like, I hate saying it, but, like, there is a certain...
If you won the lottery, if you won that $1.6 billion or whatever, $2 billion that they just gave out in the lottery, how would you spend the first half of it? Because that first half would have been gone the first fucking week.
You'd already have a half of it gone?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, see, I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
I'd definitely, like, I'd probably move home because, like, if I have money, I don't really need to be here. Yeah. And I miss my family and shit. Yeah. I'd probably build like the craziest fucking gym ever,
bro.
House gym, recording studio, podcast studio.
Yeah, fly people out.
$1 billion's a lot. I don't think I could burn through that too fast.
Well, okay, so
and then I'd invest shit.
So it's a, I don't know if it's a capital gain or not, but let's just say you have to pay 50% of that in taxes, right? You're walking away with,
I'm fine with that.
Let's just say 1.2 billion.
Yeah.
500 million, right?
Yeah.
So you got to take care of all the people around you.
Yeah, I would move home. I'd probably buy my parents whatever house they wanted, buy my mom whatever she wanted.
Let's just say that cost 100 million.
Yeah, shit, it would go fast, wouldn't it?
Right.
Fuck.
Right. And then now you got to take care of your girl, right?
So now, first thing I would do is like find somebody that knows how to make money with money. Yeah. That'd be that's the post. Crypto. So that's the post nut thing. After you eat your PB&J,
right?
And you beat off.
That's my big thing, right? Because because with a lot of like animosity built up in me, bro. It's literally just like Wolf of Wall Street, bro. You just rolling out real quick, bro.
Yeah, dude. I think that's so smart. With like, I try to tell girls that too. I'm like, you guys like don't understand. Like, if like some guy's trying to play, like, I'm like, he thinks that he's in love with you till he nuts. Yeah. So like, don't listen to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you don't get it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like.
first of all, I'm like,
girl
don't
never
trust
sees
any guy because like they probably want to fuck you.
this. I hope my girl never sees this, bro. I've slept with some girls that like I'm just like.
Oh, the minute it's done, you're like, what the fuck did I do
gotta
that?
Go.
Like, honestly, dude, if I like am like talking to somebody online and like, you know, meet them on Tinder or whatever,
Fucking Tinder.
and I'm like in bed and it's like, hey, it's like, I'll just beat off and then I'll go to bed.
I'm so terrible with like Tinder because like, so my thing is right.
Because
like,
hooking up's usually not worth it, is what I'm saying.
I usually, not to like, I'm that guy or whatever, right? But like, I never slide into DMs, right? Like whenever.
No. I think it's creepy.
Exactly, right? And like,
and they
you don't
think
wanna
it's creepy.
lead off with that fact, right? So I let the girls. That's why I have Bumble. I've always used Bumble, and like, it's a lot easier when you know the girls are already trying to fuck you.
Right, you don't want to be. Guys are just creepy, and like going in people's DMs, it's just creepy.
Well, it's like you gotta watch what you say because you like, and then you're all giggly because you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier and like a lot calmer when the girl makes the first move.
Yeah.
In situations, because when the girl makes the first moves, you already know the tempo. Like she likes you.
Right.
You
She's already swiped right on you.
You make the first move, you gotta try not to be a creep. You gotta fucking be somewhat of a gentleman. You gotta fucking like be hella cute.
Well,
and,
honestly,
like,
you gotta
this is
act
my
like you don't
standard.
even really
You
care.
gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Like that's usually what works is if you act like you don't care. If you care too much, it pushes them away.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about when you slide in.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even that's almost like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I try not to. I get a lot of.
Slide in, she already knows. Like she already knows what you want. You're a dude trying to slide in the DM.
Well, I get a lot of creepy DMs,
There's
but
two
it's
things
my
you
own
want.
fault. Like,
you know, to get laid or to have a relationship, and it's typically the get laid one.
Right. Oh yeah, if you're sliding in DMs.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, it's definitely about that.
So like,
but my point is like, until you find someone that's like valuable and worth it, like the hookups usually end up like you said, like you really should have just beat off and went to bed.
Yeah.
Because the minute you get post-nut clarity, I'm not saying. I mean, I've tried to have standards, but like I know what you're talking about. Like, like I said, like I tell girls, like as guys, we think we want you until we realize we don't.
Yeah.
Like our brain, like.
I'm gonna say one word. I'm just gonna say trend.
Oh, dude, I don't even know about that. I'm sure, like,
bro.
Dude, that shit makes you make bad decisions. I bet,
bro.
right?
Yeah, and then like I fucking despise trend. I mean, like it's great when you're running.
Well, you love it, but you hate it for that reason,
bro. And like, I mean, my girl likes it, but I hate being on it. But I love the feeling when I'm on it. But I hate being on it when I'm not on it because of the way that you know, all the shit goes down.
Well, that's the scary thing, dude.
Everything's
Like,
a fucking problem, you know what I'm saying?
you almost need to put a contingency plan. Like, okay, first of all, stop yourself, beat off. You know, if you still want it, then maybe go do it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to see when that happens. But
it's just more of like it's more of a problem when it's like with your attitude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you get that cockiness,
bro? Like, well, yeah, you just feel like a god, bro. Like all the weight moves, like you're just pushing weight that you've never pushed before.
Right.
You try to do it when you're not, and your fucking ego gets leveled. Bro.
So that's the hard part about, those highs you create in that. I think you really got to be careful with that shit. So like, even like for me, I like know when you're more like cruising and everything, and you lose some of that, or even when you get on a high from being lean, and then you have to go back to bulking, and you get this like, oh man, I don't have those abs and shit anymore. Like you get like a little addicted to that look, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I do like when I'm lean, right? But like, I kind of like my fat boy look, you know? What I'm saying? I like being like bigger.
Yeah,
I like being like right now I'm like
it works for you.
Around there, you know.
Dude,
like,
250 is huge.
At the end of the day, I'm like 255.
Yeah, you actually look good big. You look big, dude.
Yeah, so
I didn't even think of that, but
it's like I want like
it'd be so dope to be like
around like 265, but a little bit leaner than this.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine if like being 260 but lean, dude.
Yeah.
Or for me, I'm like always like, imagine if I could get like 245 but lean.
Yeah, like 3XL shirts.
As
like
being 6'4", being that big, I would be like a fucking monster. I was telling people keep getting this compliment like, where people will tell me like, you really look like a douchebag, but once you get to know you, you're a really nice guy.
I got that so much.
And I'm like, you realize that's not a compliment. It means that you're insecure, and it means that I'm a people pleaser, and that I tone myself down to make you comfortable, and you're thanking me for it.
Yeah.
So you're like, and I shouldn't have to do that.
So like a big thing, right, is like I'm big, I'm tatted. I have, like,
People
my
have a
fashion
preconception
sense, right?
of
I
you.
like wear chokers, whatever.
Yeah.
And like people are like super intimidated to approach me, but when they like approach me, I'm like a teddy bear until you fucking piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but is that a compliment if they're saying that?
Absolutely
like, I don't
not.
think it's a compliment at all.
Absolutely not. And
It's like, why do you have this idea that people who look a certain way are a certain?
I feel like everybody should have that kind of confidence to approach people, especially if it's like in person.
Yeah.
Because like that's the way to network. You know what I'm saying? That's like a big networking tactic. As
It
long
is.
as you can like approach people and be like, "Hey, my name is Jason," with like a firm handshake, eye contact.
Yeah, and that's hard to do, but it's something that's so important.
Super important.
Yeah.
You know, like first introductions are super important, especially when you're networking. It's like a big thing.
Because I even take that for granted on here where, like, I'll do these podcasts and I'm, like, pretty comfortable now, with, like, being in front of the camera and talking and, meeting all these different people. And then I always have to remember, like, oh, some of my guests, they might not be, like, used to this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, this might be, like, really intimidating or really...
Shit, I didn't know what I was stepping into, bro.
Yeah, it's so weird lately. I've really never thought about being the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm just like, this is...
I remember when you were talking about this at Thirsty Hop. Like, when we used to work with each other, you used to talk about Joe Rogan's podcast, and I remember when you bought your equipment.
Right.
And it just never got set up, but then, like... Now
Isn't that funny, dude? So that goes back to your thing about when you got your camera and you just did it. Like, I wasted so much time.
Not setting it up,
Just, like... Look, so learning the value of just doing things has been big for me, dude.
Yeah.
Just taking action versus talking about it. Because, like, so many people in the world, they just talk about doing stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, you can talk about it as much as you want, but you're not going to get better just talking about it.
No, it's, like, more about action.
Yeah.
Action is so important, dude.
Exactly. Like, I try to tell people this, especially, like, when it comes to fitness, like, start working out. Like, don't be intimidated. Like, don't be intimidated. Everybody in there is fighting a problem. Everybody in there.
Right, and I think people get super intimidated, especially like a place like the Body Shop. They see all these big dudes, but they don't realize, like, most of those people want you to succeed.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
Bro, I applaud the people that are, like, 300 pounds, like, going up in there. Like, trying to fight obesity and trying to, like, reverse fucking...
if anybody shits on those people...
lineages,
man.
It's insane, bro, because, like... Bro, I come from a family that doesn't work out. Like, nobody in my family works out. They play basketball. Like, that's their workout, you know what I'm saying? But, like...
My family, like, a couple of my uncles lift, that's it.
Yeah, I'm the first bodybuilder in my family. And I can say that, like, wholeheartedly.
That's crazy. So it's like you said, you're, like, actually having to go against... family... Yeah, it's like breaking a cycle.
Yeah. And, like, for my kids, like, future kids, if I ever get blessed to have kids, right? I'd like...
How many you want? I'd like to have 4.
I want to have 2. I want to have 1 boy and girl. I just want to be a girl dad.
Just 2. Have 2. That'd be perfect, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a girl dad for sure. My girlfriend has a daughter, and, like, she's, like...
That's pretty dope.
She's, like, I call her my best friend, but she, like... I can't wait to, like, share, like, moments with her as well, because
you'll be a big part of her life, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and that's huge.
She's, like, 7 years old, so she's, like, almost grown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, I want to...
That's still young enough where you'll probably end up being a big part of her life, you know?
Yeah, and, like, if you would have talked to me, like, 3 or 4 years ago, I would have told you that I didn't want kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, kids weren't for me. But, like, I feel like with the growth and mindset that I have now, I feel like I deserve to have a future lineage from my family.
You do. You know, that's so funny because I was thinking that too. Like, I was always like, I'll never have kids. And, like, now all of a sudden I'm like, I actually feel like I want them.
Well, yeah, I just want to have a mini-me, you know?
Because now I feel like I actually am, like, my life might end up going somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I could find somebody that's on the same level that wants to, like, do this type of stuff that I'm doing and that wants to have kids, like, I would fucking do it.
Yeah.
But before I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah, it's like
it's almost like you have to let yourself feel like you deserve it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, also, like, one of the main reasons why I didn't want to have kids, too, was
passing
like
on
way,
some of that shit.
The way that the world was working, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to bring kids into this, but like,
I thought that too, man.
Like if I can create generational wealth, then why not? You know what I'm saying? Because then my kids won't have to worry about shit.
It's sad, but honestly, that's like what I'm thinking
They
too.
just gotta
like,
worry about their kids worrying about shit. You know?
right. I didn't want to have kids if I was poor.
Yeah. Because
Like,
there's no point, bro. Like
I don't want them to have to live that.
yeah. Like
but now I feel like I might end up being successful, so I feel like I want to have kids. You know,
yeah,
it's like
I came with so my mom is a single mom, right? And like she was working double shifts, bro.
Yeah.
So it's just like
well, so you saw that growing up, so it was like I don't want my kids to deal with that type of
yeah,
stuff.
you know.
Yeah.
I just want them to. I want them to be able to enjoy life, and I want to be there to enjoy it with them.
Right.
And I want to be at their fucking. I want them to do shit that I didn't get to do, like play sports and shit.
Yeah, and then you kind of it's like for me, I want to give them a better life than I had, you know. But I had a great life too, so I don't want to like. My parents did great, you know. Like I always say that it's like you want your kids to have a better life, but you don't want to like knock what your parents did because my parents gave me a great life. I just want better if I have kids, you know. Like
there's like some things that I would change for sure.
there's a few things I just would do a little different. Yeah. Not that my parents didn't do good because they did great, but.
Like my kid's open to doing whatever he wants as long as he knows that like there's certain choices that like I have to control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Dude,
that's just me being an adult.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was listening to it was like Bill Burr and Conan O'Brien talking about their kids and how their kids are so much healthier than they were and like how they almost get like jealous.
Yeah, bro. I was 320 pounds in high school.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. I was a fat boy.
320 pounds?
Yeah, bro. I played defensive end and
But you must have been big.
Well,
if you were playing defensive end.
I just started lifting. I mean, I lift back then, so
I think I remember big. That when you told me that in.
Well, like I wasn't big. You know what I'm saying?
You were just like
Yeah, I wasn't big like muscular. I was.
There's another kid that was on here, Anthony Israel. He showed me his like picture from him in junior high.
19. He's like 19 years old.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, bro.
Me and him were supposed to collab on like some videos and pictures.
You should because the kid's awesome. He's a good kid.
He actually helped me set up my camera so I could take videos. If he didn't show me how to set up my camera to take videos, I wouldn't have been able to shoot.
Yeah.
Jordan and Kim's.
He's a cool dude, man. And so like he's super positive.
Yeah.
He's got a big following on Instagram. He was the one that actually told me like how to get my podcast on Spotify and shit. And I was like going through all these fucking programs that charge like tons of money. And he's like, oh, you use this thing Anchor. And I was like, oh shit. And it's like, now I can just put my podcast out for free. Like, what the fuck? Why did I not hear about this? There's like all these shitty other programs out there. So yeah, he's a good dude. And he's the one that like, he got me in touch with that guy, Eddie Lowry, that was on yesterday. And that guy was solid as fuck. Like,
Eddie's cool.
Dude, he is solid as they come. Like I'm like, now he's like talking about, I've got to take you shooting and everything. And like,
bro, he's big on guns. And like,
he's big on it, but he has like reasons for it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I fuck with him about. Like he's hella big on like gun rights and shit.
Right, because he doesn't want to be uncapable. So his thing,
and I believe that people should be able to conceal carry no matter what.
I do too, and I think that we have this weird idea because we were talking yesterday about how our society is so safe that all these people have this idea, this false idea that the world is this like safe place, and it's like it is fucking not. And so like when you got guys like him that are gonna take the time to make themselves knowledgeable in like a way like that where they could defend and protect other people, that should be something that we look at as a virtue in our society, not something that's negative, because he's learning a skill that could save other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And so, like,
I have a straight edge buddy out in like Tacoma, Tacoma area. His name is Jesse. The dude is hella big on. He actually works security, I'm pretty sure, and fucking dude's big on guns too. Takes all the classes, fucking. But he's like big on like. Get your guns now. Like,
because they're going to take it away and all this
don't
shit.
Let them take your shit away.
I don't know if they will,
I
but...
don't think that's fucking right, bro. You know?
I don't either. I'm big Second Amendment person.
I only got a couple pistols and, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fuck no, you ain't taking that shit away.
I don't have any. I don't understand the idea that, like, our government and rich people get to live in a gated community protected by guns, but then nobody else gets to have them.
You know what's funny, too, right? It's like,
That's weird to me.
I got out of rehab and like I didn't have a gun for like 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And then like all that shit was happening with like the looting in Bellevue and like
That's when everybody
Asian
bought
people
guns,
were getting
dude.
picked on, black people were getting picked on, and my mom was like, "Hey, you should probably go get a gun."
Dude, that's crazy.
And I was like, "Bet."
Even your mom told you that.
Yeah, and my mom was like super against guns. Like, I mean, I had guns in the house. Like, I was a bad kid, so I had hella guns in the house and shit. I think I had like all types of ARs back then, and
Yeah, just for fun.
yeah, and like I was like fucking like 21, and I had just got my concealed, and like I was spending all my money on guns, bro. I had fucking like all the Glocks, like literally.
Yeah.
I love Glocks to this day. Like I have a Glock 48, and like it's super simple. You know what I'm saying? I just
Right.
keep it. But she was like against guns for that reason. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Yeah.
like, when she told me to go get a gun, I was like, I know something's up.
Oh, she knew. Yeah, a lot of people did at that time because shit was getting so crazy, man.
Yeah.
There was apparently even like a lot of people that were traditionally anti-gun. All of a sudden were just like buying guns like crazy during that time. Because I think they saw like, oh, society's not as intact as I thought it was.
Society is not society.
It's like it is. It's like we always forget that shit. Like that our country, democracy, our society, it's not something that's like always going to be there unless we take steps to try to keep it there.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, anarchy can happen at any time.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's creepy.
So it's like, I don't know. Just be prepared.
That's what I mean. So a guy like
Keep some cash on hand.
Yeah.
Maybe a passport. Fucking fly to a different country. You know.
then I started getting all those ads for like, you know, prepper ads, like buy this thing of food that's like, you know, like fill your bunker with and shit. I'm like,
bro, so like there's a show on Netflix, bro, and like they talk about like tornadoes and shit.
Yeah.
And bro, I guess like in Oklahoma, they have like every house has like there's a
you gotta have
thing
that
called
shit, right?
like Tornado Lane. And like it's where all the tornadoes fly through.
Yeah.
And fucking every house on that fucking lane has a bunker.
And they should.
That's fucking insane to me. Like, why would you want to live there?
I don't know.
Like, houses must be cheap.
Well, it's kind of like, why would you want to live in Florida where they have all the hurricanes and shit? But you know what's weird? I guess they're getting so good at building the houses that, like, this last hurricane, even though it was terrible, it did so much less damage because they've learned how to, like, build shit better.
Bro, I would just... So, my house would just stick up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have my house hella
like,
high.
way high.
And then an elevator to go in the garage, you know what I'm saying?
Think how dope that would be anyway.
That'd be dope.
Just to have, like, a treehouse house, like, just high up in the air and
Oh,
shit.
speaking of, yeah, because I didn't even know this, but in like Woodinville, we got like treehouse Airbnbs.
Ah, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, so my girl rented one out for us here shortly, and bro, it's dope. There's like a walkway. It's like literally like open.
You're just like
windows.
above the world living up there, dude.
It's dope.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude, I'd do that.
But yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, we just did 2 hours, so
Shit. Okay.
oh, we can call it. If do you have anything you want to give a shout out to? Probably your business, Instagram, and
yeah.
if you want photography done.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, man. It's Poppy Be Snapping, and then Adobo Poppy is my main page. Boudoir too. I got Poppy Shoots Boudoir.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody that's been letting me practice shooting on them. Shoots are still free, by the way. Just shoot me a tip, whatever you think I'm worth, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you being on.
Yes, sir.
Come on again anytime, dude. That was fun.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody. Thank you.